see how the quality stays tonight. We're live a little bit early. That's all right. What's going on, people? Going live a little early. Got some goodies on the floor here. Pretty exciting. Yeah, we started a little early, so people probably weren't expecting this, but that's okay. That's okay. What's up, Wasted Talent? How you doing, sir? I got something going on here with this. So I had COVID last week, and I felt fine yesterday and this past weekend. But for some reason today, my wife and I both felt just completely exhausted, like from the moment we woke up. Don't know why. Just taking it easy. Yeah, I hear you. What's up, Matt? Matt, I'm a little concerned about how much you're patrolling the comments section for Car Mob's video there. If you guys haven't seen Car Mob's last video, make sure you go give it a watch. And comment to Sublime on how his performance was. What's up, dudes? I've heard it can come and go, good days and bam. Yeah, it's kind of weird because like the symptoms were gone, and all of a sudden I felt I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. Like just physically beat. It's weird. Hey, Sublime. Gotta keep an eye on the haters. He went 50-50. Yep. Yeah, got some goodies on the floor here. I'm waiting for another package to come in the mail before I do a video on everything I got. Fat Boy Fox, what's going on, sir? Thanks for hopping in here, sir. Because you went to the gym, you got to watch that stuff. Well, I mean, I was fine. And according to the CDC, I'm fine. I'm good to go. And that's actually kind of where I noticed something was wrong. Like, I was fine mid-work, going through my workout, but probably about right at the end where I kind of decided to stop, I just felt like, I was like, man, I feel just exhausted. Like, I didn't take any pre-workout either. I was like, God, I feel beat down. And maybe, I mean, that could be a part of it, honestly. I haven't worked out in like, I don't know, nearly a month because of all the crap going on. So who knows? Sneak peek. Well, it depends what you want to sneak peek of. So next video you'll see probably tomorrow or Thursday. I changed the oil in the Foxbody when I bought it because obvious reasons need to. But I drove it 600 miles with that oil that I put in there, and it was nasty. It was gross. I was very shocked at what came out of the car, just for 600 miles. So I'm probably going to let the next batch go 1,000, 1,500 or so, and they'll change it again. I mean, I have no idea. I have no idea how many miles are on the motor that they put in this car. No idea. All right, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but well, these go to it. So I mean, yeah, we're gonna get a new exhaust tone on the car for once. It's only been 5 years, so it's kind of exciting because I really haven't you know, I started YouTube, I guess, right when COVID started, probably like March of 2020. That's when I really started doing stuff with the boss. And like, it wasn't till like I realized after I ordered the couple parts, they're all used, by the way. These are subscribers that have reached out to me, and we worked out a deal on certain things, and I'm pretty excited. The other part, I wish it was here because I'd give you guys a sneak peek of that. I'm very excited about it because it's an OEM part for another high performance Mustang that I didn't have to order a reproduction. So it's really cool because it came off the other Mustang as opposed to me ordering a reproduction. So I'm pretty excited about that. Can't wait for it to get here. But I haven't really modified the Boss performance wise since I got it. And I got it in like January 2017. So that's 5 years where the car has been pretty much untouched. The only thing I did when I got it was I put the SLP loudmouth axle back on. And then I found like a Roush cold air intake and I just slapped it on because it ran with stock tune. I haven't, and I did put that Airaid cold air intake on there, and then Airaid reached out and they sent me a new filter to replace it. But other than that, like, it's still choked down. I have the throttle inside of it. The car's not tuned yet. I've been kind of waiting until I get long tubes, and long tubes are going to be an expense. Like, I'm not going to buy those. I'm probably not going to get those used. Those are going to be a pretty penny, because on top of the long tubes, I have to get the mid pipe. So I think between the Boss version of the mid, so Kooks makes a Boss long tube headers and a Boss mid pipe combo, and I want to say it's at the very least, 1,500. So it's gonna be a little more than that. So I'd really have to start saving. What color would I powder coat them? I like the chrome. I don't mind the chrome. What's up, Ford Blue? How you doing, sir? Thanks. Good to hear from you, sir. You should stick around. But no, I'm probably not gonna powder coat those. Got another part coming, and that's probably gonna be it for a little bit. What's up, Gary? Working on the Fairmont. All right. But that's probably gonna be it for a little bit. As far as buying parts, I'll have to recoup some of the money I spent. So I just I'll have to save up another iteration of probably another YouTube quarter. So I'll have to save up for a little bit. Let's see. Try Y Boss. That's you, Colton, right? I think it's Colton. My brother's here, about to eat dinner. Have a good night, Fort Blue. Gary, black chrome. No, I'm not. I'm good. I don't need the black chrome. But it's pretty. I'm definitely excited to make some changes on the Boss, try some new stuff up. If I don't like the way it comes out, sounds, then we'll just get rid of it. But other future plans with the mod is going to be, I'm going to see how it sounds first, but then we're probably going to go ahead and get a Resonator delete done. Everybody's like, oh, you'll hate the drone, but you know what? I don't daily drive it, so I think it'll be okay. Yeah, T, so I was kind of just talking about that. So I was feeling pretty good end of last week. I felt really good on the weekend, and then I felt good yesterday. And then I went to the gym, and like at the end of my workout, I just felt physically destroyed. And today, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't feel sick, but I feel really tired, like just like mentally and physically exhausted. And it's kind of weird. It's a really odd feeling. I don't know how to describe it. Just hard time thinking about some of the work I was doing earlier. It's kind of frustrating, honestly. So I talked to some providers, and they said, you can kind of experience some of these symptoms for the Omicron for a while, honestly, after. So we'll see what happens. I'm just going to keep tracking it. And I feel fine. I just feel really tired. The way I combat it is the way every military guy combats it. Just throw buckets of coffee at it. What's up, AB? Oh yeah. Hey, you know what though? Income tax is offset by the Uncle Joe money I'm going to get for my children. So, yep. You have kids, Uncle Joe throw some cash your way. My man, 50 grand. Sunshine. Heartlands. Let's see. Sublime GT 500, TDM, the driver. Oh, gotcha. So, Bryce, how you doing, sir? Change your socks and drink water. I'm not wearing socks right now. I'm wearing loafers in my garage because it's comfortable. But yeah, I gotta clean up this. I gotta clean these things up. They're for this live stream only. They're just a little bit dirty, but they're in really good shape. Really, not a lot of not really any rust on them, except the weep hole. There's a little bit surface rust. But I can bust that down, and there's a lot. You can tell a lot of the chrome or the aluminum, whatever the hell this is, steel, can be polished up, buffed up real easy. And then another video I'm going to do is, if you guys remember the SLPs, there's a video I did, I think it was like back when I was at like 400 subscribers. When I got the trailer for the Boss, I realized one of the hangers for my old exhaust on both sides snapped. So I'm probably going to weld those back on, and we'll see what happens with my a crappy Harbor Freight welder. Can't make it any worse. It's broken. See, even Matt said AB. It's the driver mod, but it's Anthony. Bryce, I'm super cranky, very easy to go into giant rant. Transmission shop rebuilt my transmission stock. Didn't even put my shift kit back in. They melted my speedo cable, trashed my speedo gear. Oh man, that stinks, dude. Are they gonna make it right, or are you kind of stuck? You stuck holding the bag of crap. I almost said something else, so glad I caught myself. All right. Brailsford, I know a lot of people like that. I get really tired now and then. COVID has been shown to give people issues with concentration and focusing. Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably part of it. It is, yeah. Looks like it's in good shape. Yeah, it's in really good shape. And I got a good deal on it. Honestly, I could. So worst case scenario, I put it on for a little while. I don't like it. Take it off, sell it for what I paid for it. But I think I'm gonna like them. I bought the exhaust that was voted on from the YouTube crowd. So that's the one everybody wanted to hear. So that's the one I got. About to add a mini driver mod to the channel. The reveal went great. He was shy as expected. Video comes out tomorrow. Cool, man. I'm gonna look forward to that one. Let's see. T, hope you're doing well, sir. Good evening. Proline News, how you doing today? If I missed you, Proline, earlier, I apologize. Hey, WTF. Bryce, hello. Typing hello when you beat me to it. Got it. Okay. Blue, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm pissed they didn't put the right gear in. Now Speedo is off 25 miles per hour. It slides between gears. It's horrible exhaust leak. I'm so unhappy. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope they at least fix it for you. Or maybe you don't even trust them to fix it. I wouldn't blame you either. I'm angry about it. I'm so angry about it. They won't put shift kit in, and I can't. I got you. Silverback, what's going on, sir? Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, Anthony kind of commented on it. So a really odd thing happened. Not even really trying, because I was just trying to grow my YouTube channel, which it hasn't worked at all. But somehow I grew on TikTok pretty quickly. I got 10,000 followers, which was weird. But yeah, all I ever did was post the content you guys have seen on YouTube. So whatever. I guess I didn't advertise it well enough on YouTube. Who knows? First way to get past it, you can do a very strong. Yeah, I know I'm going to get past it. It's just, you don't want to feel like a sloth. You know what I'm saying? And especially in the position I'm in and what I do for a living. I don't want to feel like I'm not 100%. I mean, nobody ever wants to feel like that, but I just I got to make important decisions, and I don't want to make a wrong decision because I'm not thinking straight. I would take myself out of the equation if I ever thought that would be a situation. Let's see. Silverback, good evening, man. My man. Proline, hey buddy, hey buddy. Can't wait to hang out again. Let's see. Ford Blue, what car? Silverback. I literally want to sell the car now. I'm over it. Oh man, that sucks, dude. How long till I make Admiral? Never. All the time till I make Admiral. But I should get a promotion here soon. It's pretty exciting. I did 4K myself. A lot of double posted content. Yeah, that's pretty much all I did. That's what most of it is. I don't even really track it, honestly. I'll just if I'm gonna, if I get bored and I'm just sitting somewhere, I'll just put up a video I got sitting on my phone and edit it. Silver Smack, sup sucker. He's still stuck in the bathroom. Fatboy Fox, my 86 351 Windsor. Oh man. Is that the race car, Ford Blue? Or the going to be race car? And I think I'm caught up. All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead. Let's just talk about it. So as you guys saw, new axle backs for the boss. Got Roush axle backs. What else we got coming? I didn't order. Had a subscriber reach out, offer me a good deal on a new spoiler. So it's a actual OEM GT500 spoiler. That's actually off the GT500. It's not one of these reproductions from American Muscle where they spray it with a coat and a half of paint and send it on its way, and it's likely to fail after a while. So this is an OEM part from Ford. I'm pretty excited. I think it's the right way to go. I got a couple friends who have bosses who were able to source, GT500 spoilers from like Parts Farm and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited to be actually getting my hands on an OEM spoiler off of 500. Did I miss it? I'm missing. Hold on a second. Good. How you feeling? Hopefully well. Hey, so they're back. Good brother, taking it easy. Okay. So yeah, and then what was the other thing I want to talk about today? Yeah, I should have a video up on Thursday with the Foxbody finally. We've had such cold weather. I haven't taken the Fox out at all. The heat does work, but without the back window, I just don't want to leave it sitting outside like that. God knows if an animal will crawl in there trying to stay warm for a minute. So I don't go take it to work when it's freezing out. Yeah, we had an ice storm last weekend. And actually, the next video, if you guys watch the next video, watch to the end because there's a clip of my son. It's really funny. I'm sorry. I feel bad for putting it in there, but I had to put it in there because it was so hilarious. And I just randomly caught it on the camera. It's really funny. But it has to do with ice, and yeah, it's hilarious. But it was really cool. So I grew up playing ice hockey. We were taking my son to lessons before COVID happened, and me and my son were able to get out there and pass the real puck for once. What's up, Next Gen? Long time no see, sir. Hope everything's going well for you. I'm just saying, hey, Next Gen now. Good news is, despite my COVID tiredness, whatever you want to call it, I can taste stuff still. So I lost sense of taste for about a day and a half, and now it's back. Or it's been back for a bit. So I'm going to try to get these. We're supposed to get snow again, actually, Friday and Saturday. And I was really hoping to get the axle backs on. But what I'm probably going to do, I'm debating whether or not I just want to do a video of after the install, or I might turn it into a an SLP versus Roush video. SLP loudmouths on the Boss on like 2 valves, it's like a straight through canister, but on the Coyotes and the Bosses, they made them it's just a muffler delete. That's all it is. So I left the resonator on there because I had essentially a muffler delete, and I didn't want it to sound like crap. Like the Coyotes are pretty, depending on I don't know, especially the first gen Coyotes, at least. I don't know about the later gens. I just think they sound terrible with straight pipes. So I didn't want that. So I made sure I left the resonator on there, and I think it gave it a good noise. But I've had that noise for 5 years, so I'm ready to change it. We're supposed to be doing a Fox cruise coming up here in February. We got a pretty good sized group here now, so that's pretty exciting. The guy who I'm supposed to be getting the motor from, he's got some family who's ill with COVID. He caught it himself, so I'm just praying for those guys, hoping everything goes well for them. And we'll touch base with him later. He's got more bigger pressing things to worry about, and so it'll probably be a little bit before we see any content on that. Let me get caught up again. Anyone want to buy an 86 notch GT40 351 Windsor from a 95 Lightning, brand new AOD stock car, has 39,000 on it, no rust, no crashes, 883. 4 Blue, I think you need to sleep on it, sir. I think you need to take a minute. A lot of work went into that. I wouldn't list that for sale just now. Going good. Had to remove my trans and found a bunch of stupid stuff. Hope to have a video up soon. All right, man. Yeah. Look forward to seeing it. Word cotton. Okay. Let's see. I have spoken to MJI. MJI, if you guys don't know, it offered to help me come here to Jacksonville, and we can collaborate and get the headers installed on the Foxbody. I got to work out a time with him. I'm obviously not gonna spring anything on him, but he's willing to come down, and we're gonna get it done. And I just got to figure out a time that works good for my wife. We've been getting our kitchen remodeled, or our whole downstairs remodeled. They did the destruction, and now we're just now starting to get everything put back together. So we just got our baseboards put in, getting the walls puttied up tomorrow, getting paint on Friday. Finally getting to some semblance of normalcy. We've been living with our food in cardboard boxes, eating out every day, and doing dishes in the upstairs tub, and that kind of sucks. But it's just what we got to do. Hold on to it for Blue Gauge. I have a feeling those are going to be the new classics for sure. Jazzy Man. I'm talking about on the Coyotes rattle trap. A lot of cars straight pipes sound awesome. I've heard them. I don't know. I feel like I've heard a couple Coyotes that were straight piped, and I didn't like the noise. I didn't like the sound coming out. The loudness, yeah. I just didn't like the tone it emitted, and so I think it just needed something. See, sounds like that's going to be a good teaching video. It'll be good for me, at least. I'll be learning. I'll be learning a lot. We did get some stuff in for the Fox. We got our ARP header bolts suggested by 4 Blue. I appreciate you, sir. And we got our manifold gaskets and the what the heck you call this? The coupling ring or whatever the hell it is. Goes from the mid pipe to the header. H pipe on the yoke cars with whatever muffler. Hello, Barrage SN95. Hello, sir. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Maybe I have, and I'm just kind of forgetting who you are. I apologize. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the H pipes on the Coyotes definitely sound good. A lot of people do go to X pipes, and that gets it really, really raspy. Especially if you're running these Roush exhausts. There's so many examples of it on YouTube where people went straight to the X pipe, threw the Roush on, and it gets really raspy, like super loud. So I'm definitely sticking right now with the Boss H pipe. So I've got the straight through out the sides, coupled with the Roush. It'll definitely give it a new tone. Hey, Chuck, I saw you there, and I apologize. I don't think I said hello. So it should definitely sound good, though. Are the cats going bye-bye? Right now, no. It's not. I'm going to have to deal with. So right now, I could do it because I'm technically a Virginia license plate, or a Virginia registered, resident. So, I wouldn't have to take the emissions here in North Carolina right now. However, in a year and a half, I will. So I just don't want to deal with that crap. You know what? I knew it was you, Brian. I apologize, man. You said the SN95 threw me off. I was like, is that Brian? That threw me off, man. 2 glass packs, 2 turbo style mufflers on my MGB. Yeah, well, you got a special MGB. If I did that on my old MGB, it'd probably just choke the motor out. I didn't have enough power to push. I didn't have enough power to push air through it. For Tech Life. Yeah, so this is my buddy Brian, guys. He's kind of been a lot of my go-to for random Foxbody information whenever I've had a question. So I definitely appreciate him chiming in whenever I got stuck on something. And I'll literally just show up to his work and ask him tons of questions, and he's been very helpful. So I appreciate him. Brian, is your car ready to go, man? You got it registered yet? There's supposed to be a cruise here in February, and they got the groups. The group's like over 40 people now. So if we can get like 20, that'd be awesome. Try why this notch has to go. I'm seriously done with it. Nah, don't do it. Hey, if it's got all that stuff done to it for Blue, you can probably get more than $7K for it, don't you think? Got 150 miles on my engine. Tune's almost right. So do you have a break-in period, Chuck, or are you allowed to just hit it wide open throttle right from the get-go? I'd imagine there's a break-in period. Just need some tags and some logging with my Holly. Well, shoot, man. You need to swing over here and show me that bad boy. I definitely want to look at the Holly system you got for sure. Because I definitely would like to possibly get the same thing. Yes, so unfortunately, well, not unfortunately and fortunately, the whole plan was to the next few boss videos, I was hunting down the 2013 rear bumper, and that's what I was going to get. That was going to be the next series of videos, was the conversion right there. And then the person reached out to me with a deal for a couple different axle backs. That's why you guys saw the poll on the channel, and that's why I ended up buying these. Went with the one everybody voted for. I got a pretty good deal on them, shipped from all the way out in Washington. The guy sent them to me, so it was a good deal. And then the little bit of money I had left set aside to continue to look for a bumper, that went away when the GT500 spoiler came in. So, but it's gonna look good on the Boss. It'll change it up, it'll make it look a little more aggressive. I'm thinking about doing. I've been really resistant to it because one, I'm worried about pinion angle, but I've talked to a bunch of people said it's not a problem. I've been really considering the Steeda. Steeda makes a set of Boss 302 springs, and I've thought about ordering some lowering springs. The one big hang-up I have is that I am seriously hunting. And I would sell things to try and buy this. I've been seriously hunting a set of Kook side pipes for the Boss. Like, I've been looking for them, man. I've been looking and looking. And they come up every now and then, but I've been slow to the punch, or I just didn't have the money for it at the time. So if I can find a set, I'm going to get them. And that's the problem. Those things, whereas the stock pipes are recessed up and they're angled down, the Kook's pipes are just these large tips that stick down below. They look like NASCAR tips and the old school NASCAR tips, and it looks awesome, but it sticks down. And even at stock height, a lot of people grind them. They get damaged because people hit bumps a little too hard. You got to be really careful with it. But they sound amazing, and they look amazing. So I've been looking for them. I just haven't found them yet. Now, let's see. Carmob, what's going on, sir? Thanks for hopping in here. Later, Chuck. Let me know when that thing's all broken in. Is the wing painted? Yep, it is factory painted black. So it's going to go right. I get to bolt it right on. And I got a really good deal on it, man. Really good deal. So it's going to bolt right on. I'm sure, it's from another original, or it's from what do you want to call it? It's from an S197, so it's older. It could probably use some paint correction, but so could my whole car, honestly. I got some buffing pads. He said there's a little bit of residue left from the stripes in certain areas. And so honestly, what I want to do is put it on, and then I want to put a gurney flap on it too. Because it's got the gurney flap area, whatever the heck you want to call it. And they're back. Appreciate whoever blocked that person. Fat Boy Fox saying, hey, Carmob says, smash the like button. Yeah, appreciate it, sir. Smash that like button. It helps us grow. I have those Steeda springs. I'm going to try and install them this weekend. Yeah, let me know how that goes. I definitely looking at them, and I've heard the one thing I've heard is they're not like it's not an aggressive drop, and the Boss really doesn't need an aggressive drop. I get asked all the time if I'm lowered, and it's because those Roush side skirts, they make the car look lower already, and so I mean, it would look really, really good. If I dropped an inch, it would look really good. And I've heard, I think you only get about an inch in the front and inch and a half in the rear on those Boss springs. Or maybe it's inch and a half front, inch in rear. I don't know. The rear could definitely drop some space. There's some wicked tire gap back there. Yeah, so it's a 0.5 inch drop. Yeah, so it's not crazy. You can maintain this. You could you won't have any issues with your pinion angle, anything like that. In the rear. Oh, in the rear. Okay, got it. One thing I am considering doing, and it's just a thought. I'm considering taking the Boss with the new axle backs and doing it on base because I can use a lift. When I get it on the lift, I got to take the axle backs off. It's only 4 more bolts to take off the over the axles. And I guess I could take off the mid pipe too. And if I did that, I'd have access to the drive shaft. And I could put on the one-piece drive shaft. I'm considering that, but I might just wait until I install the Calimer. But I kind of want to get it on the car because I've heard amazing things about that one piece when you put it on the car. I've heard it changes everything. But I also don't want to make it. I don't want to make it lose a ton of drivability. I want my wife to be able to drive it pretty easy when she drives it. When we get to 2,000, we're getting close. I think we need another. I don't know how much it is. It's like 265, I think. 265, we get to 2,000. The wife will drive the boss. I'm pretty excited about it. Well, see, the thing is, Brian, I won't necessarily be there because the other option is I back it up on the ramps. I take the old axle backs on, put the new ones on. I take the old ones off, put the new ones on, which is what I was going to do. But I could take it to base and put it and see and get it up on the ramps. Yeah, I don't know though because I don't think they'd let me take my oldest there, who I'd like to take him and show him some stuff. I'm not sure if they got rules. I'm sure they do. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably have to take leave too because I can't really just leave the house for that. I have the Ford. It's either Ford Racing or Ford Performance one. It's one of the cheaper one-piece drive shafts, but it's OEM from Ford, so it actually it looks good. I like it. It's very light. Oh, Ford Tech. I meant to address you. Ford Tech, I saw your short for your car, man. Looks awesome. I hope you make some longer content on that. I want to see some flybys and stuff like that. That car looks so cool, man. If you guys don't know, Ford Tech has a replica GT350 fastback, and it is sweet. They were saying hello. David Martin, hello, sir. Excuse me, guys. We're saying hello. Thanks. What is UM? It says Alrighty. Uh-oh, my phone's frozen. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. My phone decided to freeze. There it goes. All right. Yeah, I'm ready for my house to be back in order though, because I'm over eating out food every day. I'm tired of it. But once we get that kind of situated, I got to finish organizing my garage. I'm going to keep trying to I'm going to reach out to the guy eventually, kind of see how he's doing, and then hopefully coordinate a day to go pick up that motor. Hi, Sublime, you two-timing also. Who else is live right now? I'm sure somebody's live. Destroyer went live. He didn't say he was going live. He said he was off lives for a bit. Oops. That's all right. You know someone with extra 302. Well, Brian, maybe it's the same person we know, but I don't know. Somebody in New Bern offered me a motor. He said, come get it. Destroyer's live too. I knew Flores is live, but am I really competing with him? No. He's gonna get his crowd. And honestly, I don't really care, man. People can go live if they want. Like, I could have like 3 of you guys in here. I'm gonna do my same thing. I just enjoyed talking to you guys, letting you guys know what's coming up. Yeah, I definitely got to polish this exhaust up. Another video I got to do is I need to get the long tubes out and bust them down with a wire wheel or a brush, and then we're gonna hit them with a primer, high temp primer, and high temp paint. Hello, sir. Hope all's well. I'm looking at 20 acres just north of Albion soon. Nice. Abilene. Yeah, my parents got like 20 something acres, 25 acres or so. Super awesome having that kind of property and freedom, you know. Abilene's a really good town. Karma, hello, sir. Hope all is well, buddy. Someone tell Destroyer I didn't know he was going live, or else I would have gone back to my old time. Yeah. I'll wear safety glasses. Those were my early YouTube videos, the early MGB days. And that only happened like once where I didn't really wear them. What really bothered people from those videos is, and I still get comments on it. It's awesome. When I welded the floor pans and sneakers and shorts, man, you would have thought like I just took the OSHA regulations and set them on fire. I think it was a special deal today. What's the special deal? Tell us what's going on over there. I can't hear it while I'm talking to you guys, so. Nice. Looks like 20 acres. I'm buying a donkey and naming it Silverback. Oh, man. That was good. Silverback, you know, I got you, big bro. Here we go. All right, so yeah, if you guys ever have suggestions on stuff you want to see, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do. I'm just hoping for some sense of normalcy here, and I think things will be a lot less chaotic, and I'll be able to get more stuff up once my kitchen's back in order, for sure. Just hasn't been easy to leave the house recently, and I was going to film some great stuff this weekend. But we're supposed to get snow, and if they salt the roads again, I got screwed last week. Actually, I drove to my office, or is it 2 weeks ago? Last week or 2 weeks ago, I drove to my office, and they just salted the roads. They did it way premature, and so I wasn't expecting the roads to be covered in salt. And I drove the boss there in it, and as soon as I got home, I freshwater washed down the whole car. Probably overkill, but a burnout in the fire. So something I actually thought about doing, Brian, because it wouldn't have been a real burnout because there'd be no smoke. My driveway had was halfway covered in ice, and the area that was covered in ice was pretty thick because it fell off my roof. And I was going to park the rear wheels of the Fox on that, and I was going to just light them up. They will straight kick a coyote's ass. What are we talking about here? Donkey is like the meanest watchdog you can get. Sweet. We just got 3 inches of snow. I don't miss that one bit. Yeah, well, I'm in freaking coastal North Carolina. Like where I am, the Gulf Stream rides up the coast, and it kicks off North Carolina back out into the ocean. So we are supposed to have some of the warmer weather and get some warmer winds associated with it. But whatever reason, these past 2 weekends, it's been really cold here. And we had like I said, we had an ice storm. And seriously, if you guys do watch my next video, I'll probably put up Thursday. My poor son on ice. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's an amusing little clip. He didn't get hurt though. He didn't get hurt. That's all that matters. What's up, Chad? How you doing, sir? Thanks for hopping in here. Hope all's going well with you. Are you getting snowed in? Also, let's see. Everybody saying hey. I just handed a Scat Pack charger that was trying to flex on me a big fat L, smoking my tires, doing a 45 roll. Even funnier, we are going downhill across a bridge. Nice. Don't worry about it. It's a build series. Oh, a build series. What's he building? Connects, Lincoln Logs, Tinker Toys. Carmob, is that all you got? 3? Yeah, that's really not that much, right? For where you live. We got 4 inches yesterday. Had to plow neighbor's driveway. Me and my dad's. I haven't ridden in one of the I've driven the SRT8 Challenger. I haven't ridden in one of the Chargers. Yeah, I'd like to, honestly, just to give it a drive. I mean, they're bigger and they're bulkier, obviously, but like something like that, I wouldn't mind one, honestly, for a daily. But I can never afford that as a daily. Let me see. Hey. Boats on wheels. Exactly, man. They're well, that's the thing, right? So actually, I wanted back in 2011, I wanted a Challenger really bad. And I was test driving them all. And you got to be ready if you want one, you got to be ready to be driving a boat. They're bigger, they're heavier. You got to expect it. And so when I drove the Challenger first, right, I was like, oh, this is awesome. This thing, it feels like it's got lots of power. I loved it. But then when you get in the Camaro and you get in the Mustang, you realize how much more nimble they are, and you're like, wow, it's not actually more power, but geez, these things, they can get up and go because they just don't weigh as much. So you just gotta, there's pros and cons. You just gotta be willing to accept it. There is a couple Chargers near me right here that at the strip, like very minor mods, and I'm talking about Chargers. They're running 9s here at the strip. Some of the Hellcats, pretty impressive. One low 50. I'm doing well, sir. Hope you are too. My point is that people think they're fast, but you never know who the people. Yeah, I hear you, dude. I hear you. I just don't flex on people. I don't think I'm fast, especially by today's standards. My boss is not very fast. There's a lot of cars that are way faster than me. I'd hate to flex on one of these damn, one of these new, like a family sedan, like one of these Kia Stingers, and the dude decided to swap some big old turbos in there. And you just get embarrassed. Got an 11-mile walk-in Sunday, getting back in it. Nice tea. We'll go like this for about 10 more minutes or so, and then we can open up the panel for a bit. So, Colton, you said that your false knock was caused by your cats. That's what you were telling me earlier? So I've heard about the false knocks being caused by the flywheel being too light for the computer to process, because it's like out of parameters below the lowest setting for weight, I guess. I'm not sure how the best way to phrase that is, but I've heard that like running the aluminum flywheels on the Roadrunners has caused false knocks before. So a lot of people recommend going to the Lighten flywheel, the Lighten steel, which is probably what I'm going to do. I've got an aluminum. I'm probably going to sell it and buy a Lighten steel one. Supposedly the 65 fastback is lighter than my Foxbody. Nice. You got to look out for the shit box as well. The power under hood. Yeah, there's actually a. God, I hate that I know this, but so having been on TikTok for a little bit, there's a guy who's got a 2.2 liter. It's like a Honda Accord, old 90s Honda Accord, and he's got big ass turbos on it, and that thing scoots. He was embarrassing some of these supposed high horsepower cars, man, and it is really funny. Well, I'm about 800. Yeah, Chad, you're fast. I'm not fast. You're way fast. That's what I want to be one day. I want to be like you when I grow up. Yeah, I had some Amazon high flow cats, and I guess every time I went watt, they were tapping the frame on the. Oh, so you swapped to high flow cats? Okay, interesting. So did you just remove them, or did you like secure them better, or put padding in between? Yeah, that is a good number. I just want 750. If I get 750, I'll be happy. Until I'm not. On 400 real wheel horsepower, it's a blast. Force horse, I'd still race you. I'm just shy of 400 real wheel horsepower. I should be at like, I think about like 390 or so. But I have never taken it to the dyno. But I think stock from the factory, the bosses are about 390 or so horsepower to the rear wheels. But once you tune them, you can get quite a bit more. I do know a couple of the guys. I do know a boss that was he was doing some project and development or research and development with JLT when I was living in Virginia, and JLT is based out of Chesapeake, and with just the cold air intake and headers and a tune, they were able to push his 390 to 456 real wheel horsepower. Pretty impressive game. It will happen. I hope it happens, man. One day, but it won't be. It'll probably be at least. I made it a 5-year plan, I think, and so we're on year 2. So I still got time. I'm going to say it's going to take at least 2 more years because I need to get out of the military. Even the TJ turbojet, is that what you're saying? Is the LS with a fat ass turbo. Even the. What's TJ? I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Mach 1, you want some of the F-150? Oh, I want to see your F-150. I'll race your F-150. I don't care if I get embarrassed. It's good stuff right there. They went bye-bye. I'm free balling now. Colt, where are you out of again? Do you have to pass submissions? I know I ask you all the time, dude. I apologize. But I got to talk to a lot of you guys, and I forget where some of you guys live. 1050, oh, heck yes. Fastest guy usually has the biggest checkbook. I think I feel like the fastest guy should be the quietest guy, right? I guess neither. What are you saying, David? David, am I missing something? Yeah, okay. I missed your comment. Sorry, David. Is that flywheel boss specific or Coyote specific? No, they're the same. It'll be the same. They're the same. I apologize, David. Thanks for following up. I would have missed it. Hello, Trunk Back Jim. How you doing, sir? Mr. Mach 1, I look forward to meeting you this year. Dudes Revenges, well then, I better stay home. I get you. All right. I had to follow back up. Okay. Trunk Back, hello, how are you? Hey, Gary. Everybody's saying hey. Thanks for meeting you. All right, Matt, no worries. I was fast once and I realized I couldn't afford it. I'm registered in Mississippi. Yeah, I imagine you guys probably don't have too many emissions laws down there. Brailsford, look up ESS tuning. Their superchargers are great and inexpensive. ESS tuning. I'll do that. Do I have a pen? Yeah, I'll remember. Or I won't. I'll just open a new tab with it right now, so that way I don't forget. ESS tuning. All right, got a tab open. I'll come back to that later. I'll swing by on my way to South Carolina next month. All right, man. Yeah, T, just reach out, and if I can break free for a little bit, I'll try to make sure we do that. I'll tell my wife I have to meet an associate for lunch. MJI, hello, sir. I don't care how much money and rear-wheel horsepower you have. That don't mean you're always going to win. Oh, absolutely, Gary. There's always room for mistakes and failures. Absolutely. That's right. I'll put my 150 horsepower Foxbody against all you guys. Any one of you. You probably get out and push it faster. Why not Pro Charge? I'm not. Hey, try. Colin, I'm not opposed to that. Honestly, my initial inclination, my initial thought is honestly I wanted a Paxton or a Vortec. I'd like a Pro Charger too. Basically, what I wanted to do at first was, and I've got obviously time because I'm not jumping on anything right now. I really wanted to keep the Boss manifold just because I think it makes the car. But if I'm looking at a VMP and it's the right deal, it can come off, and I'll just hang it on the wall as wall art until I ever want to put it back. But yeah, I like Pro Chargers too. All this call out, you guys should. All right, hold on. All this call out, you guys should do the No Name Nationals in September. I'm not racing anyone, man. I'm slow as hell. I'm just joking. Need a different carb with a Pro Charger. Oh, we're talking about the Boss, MJI. We're talking about the Boss. Paul DeFox, how you doing, sir? And hope Sally's doing well. Paul, I saw your last video. I guess your Fox is getting back in order. I haven't seen it. I saw it pop up. I got to go watch it. ESS is like a Pro Charger, but cheaper. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely be researching that after this, Chad. Appreciate you turning me onto that. Brailsford, can you dim the lights? I'm blinded. I cannot dim the lights. They are working lights. I can't help my white complexion. Eighth mile, so not too bad. I got to work on. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to the strip this year. I just want to see, see what the Boss can do with actual tires that stick a little bit better. I mean, they're still street tires. I'm not running radials or anything, but shoot, on 5-year-old bald ass Pirelli P0s, the car did a 12.6, and I was tickled to death with that because I didn't think I'd break into 12s because of how bad the tires were. I mean, I was spinning. Like my 0 to 60 time was abysmal, man. I don't even know if I got the slips still. I might have put them in the binder. I have a binder for the car. Tim Windsor, hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you hopping in. MJI eating ice cream pie. I got something to say. He'll punch you in the eye. Subback 69, hello. She's listening, working on a short video. I got you. Hey, Sally, how you doing, ma'am? Good evening, young man. Hope all is well. To Paul. Saying hello. We're saying hello. I usually don't street race, but sometimes you got to put people in. Yeah, and I'm with you, Chad. I mean, I don't really street race anymore. I mean, I never really did, right? But what I will do is if I'm at a light and the speed limit's 60, right, I will take it through. I'll take it through most of third and see where we are. But I don't do anything crazy. And if my kids are in the car, then that dude can just go because I don't really care. I'm not putting my kids in a situation like that for sure. Tim Windsor, my YouTube friend. Tim Windsor is everybody's YouTube friend. Tim Windsor is everywhere. Especially if they try to pass you when you're driving. Let's see. Everything. Hello. Yeah, MJI. We'll link up again, man. I'm just I know we kind of chatted on text a few nights ago, but we're just trying to play it by ear and see how long it's gonna take for my house to be a little bit back to normal. I'm trying to touch base with the because I'd like for that motor to be here when you come, so you can kind of tell me what you think. I'm trying to touch base with the guy who's got it, but he's got bigger fish to fry with COVID right now, so I'm just kind of letting him, take care of business, and I haven't really bothered him. I'm not going to bother him until I see him post something that everything's okay. So everybody who just kind of hopped in here, I've already shown it once, but we got some new goodies for the boss. It's pretty exciting. They're a little bit dirty, but they can be cleaned up. They're going to look real good when I put them on. Tim, honestly, so I was feeling really good this weekend and Monday. And I worked out Monday and I felt good. I tried working out last night. And then midway through my workout, I started feeling really tired. And then today, I could not, I drank, no matter how much coffee I drank, I could not wake up. I felt exhausted physically and mentally. It was like hard to think about problems. I mean, it's kind of weird feeling today, and I didn't know how to explain it. So I'm just going to kind of keep tracking it. And, I think I feel better right now than I did this morning. But I kind of talked to some people, and they kind of said that depending on what variant you get, right, some of the symptoms can kind of last a little bit. And I guess, they can temporarily affect how you process stuff, like your cognitive ability. So we'll see. That was just the tip, but you know what? Just for you, we'll show you guys the whole shebang. Got the nice old Roush axle backs, a little bit of surface corrosion from the weep hole. That's no big deal. It's easily busted off. These things are just literally it's just haze and dirt. I'm going to be able to clean that pretty well. Here we go. We got Mr. Hetzler with a $5 super chat to go get a spray tan. Hey, I'm not that one. All right. I'm not that white, right? Like that light right there. Let's see if I block it. If I can see, I'm not super white, right? Like I'm dabbing now on accident. I'm just trying to block the light, but no, I'm not that bad. I mean, I'm Danish and Polish, so I guess that is about as Caucasian as you can get. But get a spray tan. I just need to get out in the sun. That's the problem. When I get out in the sun, I tan fast, and I can get a pretty wicked tan. I love taking my kids to the beach on base because you can go pick up shark teeth and get like megalodon teeth and stuff like that. And the boys love going out there. And it's really nice because one of the destinations for North Carolina for tourists is Topsail Beach to pick up shark teeth. And it gets pretty crowded, so it's nice that I have a space where that's like centered for military that I can take my kids. But Mr. Hetzler, thank you, sir. Appreciate the super chat. It's all going to go to good stuff. This stuff right here, this was months of saving, of course, but this was all because of you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough. I like I said, I haven't changed anything on my Boss really, exhaust wise. I haven't really done any modifications to it that were intense since I got it, and I've had the car for 5 years. This is its 5-year anniversary this month. So I appreciate everybody watching. Like I said, from the very beginning of my channel, literally the beginning. Like I always said, if I ever got monetized, I don't spend my paychecks on my cars to change things. That money's got to come from somewhere. So either I'm selling stuff that you'll see in the garage, all random places, to sell something, to buy something, or it came from the channel itself. And so that's you guys, and I really appreciate you guys, watching my content, contributing, and just in general, even if it weren't for that stuff, I appreciate you guys coming in, because I really enjoy these conversations. I love seeing your guys' builds and kind of comparing them to I'm not really building. Some of you guys are way more intense than me. Paul, that Turbo Fox is bonkers, and that's awesome, and I would love to do something like that someday. I hope I have the means to do such a build, but it's really cool talking to you guys and seeing the difference in the spectrum from like we'll call mine the bottom tier Fox all the way up to these street cars, which are just amazing. But I appreciate you guys all of you. Thank you. MJI, man, helping out. Yeah, I'm really excited to meet MJI too. And I'm hoping the plan right now is to do Foxtoberfest. I think I'm going to be able to get a trailer. We'll trailer the Fox out there, and then me and my dad will hit Foxtoberfest with my boys. It should be fun. That's what she said. LOL. T, you kill me. LOLT. Oh my God. You guys suck. All right, I missed it. Hold on. They'll pay for a spray tan too. All right, part 2. All right, Gary, appreciate you, sir. Not necessary. You guys, you guys don't have to do anything. I don't request any. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it, and it will go to good use. We got various, the various projects that are going on for the cars, and it will get put to good use. And I really appreciate your support, Gary. Gary, how much more you got to do on? When will we see you drive the Fairmont, Gary? When's that going to happen? You were painting it last I saw. I probably am missing a few of your vids. I'll probably have to catch up on. The last I saw, you were painting the engine bay, which was a while ago, so I probably have missed a few. Cement Surfer. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for hopping in here. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. Today, I was feeling really worn out, and I actually had to call some medical people to kind of just ask some questions, because I was like, should I be feeling like this? I'm supposedly over it. I felt good last week, and now I just feel really just worn out. Yes, I am. Okay. Watching the stream with my welding hood on. You guys are messed up, man. You guys are messed up. All right. Eleanor, I missed you. Missed you hopping in here. Where you at? Hey, what's up, Ken? Thanks for hopping in here. Drop it in, smash the like button, say hi. Setting up a newer camera and tripod, trying to learn it. Hey, Ken, hit me up on Facebook. I'm interested to hear what you got. Eleanor is a local YouTuber to me, so we haven't officially met up. The day we were supposed to meet up, I was dealing with crisis of my house falling apart, and he came by to see the Christmas lights, and I was going to come out and say hey to him and actually shake his hand, and my house is falling apart, so I didn't have a chance to do that. Tryway Boss says, okay, gents, I have to cook dinner for little ones. Talk to you all next week. Hey, take care, Colton. Thanks for hopping in here, sir. Glad you got your car all squared away. Everybody's laughing at my joke. I have to joke in my I hope you don't go. Hey, no, that's happening. That's happening. I am going bald, man. You don't. Right here. You guys can't see it. See, that's my joke. Is that I'm balding, but my wife's only 5'1". I'm 6'1", so she just doesn't know yet. So nobody tell her. So Paul. Oh, I'm missing one. There's another one. Another one for a spring. You guys are ridiculous. Paul, thank you, sir. Again, you guys don't have to do that, and I appreciate you all helping support everything that's going on. And I'm very excited. This is the kind of stuff. It's kind of weird to say it. So this is the kind of stuff I've always dreamed of doing with my dad when I was a kid. And I know my kids are still really young, but my oldest is just now at the age where he can really kind of step in, and he's done a few things on the channel, but I'm definitely going to try and get him involved here more with some of these things that are definitely pretty easy to do. So like, I'll probably have him help me with I was actually thinking about this too, because I have an option to go on the base and doing the axle backs and knocking out some other stuff. But the axle backs is something he could easily help me with, and I've got the right tools for it that can make it easy for him, so he's not, struggling and taking forever. Because what you don't want at a kid that age is he wants to do it, but you don't want it to become frustrating. Because if it becomes frustrating, he gets turned off from it. And so I want him to enjoy it. I want him to have fun. Because I always wanted to do stuff like this with my dad, and we just never had the means. So I definitely feel very blessed to be where I am, and that this is that I'm able to do stuff like this. All right, let's get caught. I jumped way down to see Paul's comment because I saw it pop up at the top. Let's see. Again, Paul and Sally, thank you very much. Hey, Silverback. Okay, saying hey, Foxtoberfest is awesome. I know, MJI, and your car was in like 3 videos, and I was like, man, I should have gone. But I didn't trust my car to drive it out there. And even this upcoming one, I'm not going to trust to drive it out there. I did put, now, that being said, I did 600 miles on this thing, and that's when I changed the oil. And that oil, wait till you guys see that on Thursday. It is gross. The stuff that was just sitting in, it must have been sitting in that motor. I'm going to do the next oil change at probably 1,000 miles or so. But that 600-mile oil, it was disgusting. And granted, and keep in mind that I changed the oil when I got the car. So that's literally only 600 miles in that car are on that oil. I just have no idea the state of that motor, how many miles are actually on it. It's not the same as on the tack, so I have no idea how many miles are on that engine. But yeah, I didn't trust it, but it did do 600 miles without breaking down. So I probably could have, other than blowing the lower radiator hose, which I fixed. I could have drove to Foxtoberfest and back. I would have been fine. Hey, Paul, what size enclosed trailer are you looking for again? I have some pretty cheap ones down here. Oh, I have a long way to go. Long way to go. Gotcha, Gary. Well, sir, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Rolling. He's taking his time. That's the best way, not his daily driver. Who are you talking about? You talking about me, Ford Tech? Oh, I'm definitely taking if you're talking about me, I'm 100% taking my time. I give myself a set of rules, right? Like I have a budget, and I will not go outside of my budget. I'm not willing to touch any money that's not designed for what we're doing here. And the money that's designed for what we're doing here is from YouTube. It's from YouTube. It's from selling random stuff I had from like when I was a kid. Like I got some stuff I'm going to sell. I've got those 12-inch G.I. Joes from when I was a kid that were like the collectible ones, like Robert E. Lee, George Patton, all in boxes from when I was a kid. I'm going to start selling those things and or buy some car parts with it. But I don't know if they're worth anything yet. I got some old Tonka trucks too and stuff like that from when I was a kid. My parents found them. I'm probably going to try and turn some of that stuff here into car parts. But yeah, I don't rush anything. I kind of go at a pace that's smart for me. I got to be able to continue to work. And then I got some certifications I got to get. So I'm trying to get my project manager professional license. I've completed the course. I got to study and take the test. So I got things that are also important in real life, just like all of you guys do. I'm sure everybody's got things that are real life they got to handle. But I'm going as fast as is practical and smart for myself. May need a few more tans. Okay. All right. I don't think I need I don't need any tans. I'm good. I just got to say, I need the sun to come out, and I need to go outside some more. It's just, it's cold. Hey, it's all good, Chad. It's all good, man. It won't get any better, Briels. Trust me. Hey, I've already informed my wife. I told her, I warned her. I said, the moment I'm looking at a mirror like I am right now, and I see this right here, it's fading, and I've got this little poof. If I see like a spot right here, it's gone. All of it. It's gone. And by that time, I'll be out of the military. I'll have a big old beard. Plan is to continue to lift weights. And I just want to be the guy that you see me like in my front yard with this freaking monster ZZ Top beard, a bald head, and you're like, man, I'm going to leave that guy alone. But then if you approach me, you're like, hey, he's a really nice guy. I want to be intimidating, but nice, you know? Let's see. Yellowhammer Garage, how's it going, sir? Everybody, how we doing? Figured I'd pop in on a break. Hey, appreciate you hopping in here, Yellowhammer. Hope everything's going well for you, sir. Don't feel bad for Elsford. I'm balding. Balding in the back, too. Yeah, I started balding. I think it was Nuclear Power School. Nuclear Power School. That was a stressful time in my life right there. You're going to look like you spent a week in the Bahamas next week. Sorry. All right. I need a week in the Bahamas, man. I need to take a break. I've been working from home, and it's super. I had to work today while holding my baby, and I don't know what it was, but that was super stressful because I just had to. It's hard to answer phone and everything. He was crying. It's difficult. I was saying, hey to Yellowhammer. Tea weekend at Brailsford. Oh, man. No, I think my wife will just kick you out. Actually, she wouldn't have to kick you out of the house. She'd just leave the dogs downstairs. My wife doesn't put up with baloney. Let's put it that way. She's I love my wife to death, but because she knows what irks her, and she's not going to let people walk all over. I'm excited to get her on channel. I can't tell you guys, like, I'm really looking forward to closing to that, getting that 2,000 number. And I do wish I had more time to get out there and make more content to get us to that number faster, because I know it would. We get there faster if I continue to get out there and do some of the stuff I want to do. I just don't have the time. But, like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to do it because I've kind of been talking to her about it. She knows it's coming. She's the one who brought it up. And we are fast approaching that number. And I think we'll probably be at 2,000 by the, at least, yeah. So I got monetized end of April last year. So we'll be at 2,000. We'll hit another 1,000 by the time we get to April again. So we should be there. And so that'll be perfect. It'll be spring, and we'll get her out in the car. And if you guys are supportive enough in the comments and nobody destroys her, she'll probably want to come back. She might want to come back. That's what I'm hoping. Tim Windsor looking for a minimum 20 by 8.5, but prefer 24 by 8.5. That way, Fox. Super saying hey. Super saying hey. I'll send you some, Paul. I have one close to me for 7,500. Wow. Weekend at Downhills. That sounds like, never mind. Sounds like somewhere you go to get lit up, and it just goes downhill from there. Tim, I think the fees to take anything in Canada is ridiculous. Oh, Brailsford, get some Rizzling, Moto Flush, or Seafoam. Put it in the oil before your next oil change. Run for 15, 20 minutes before you drain it. You won't believe what will come out. So just pour it straight in the oil. So I've always heard you could suck it in through a vacuum line. I've never poured Seafoam straight in the oil, but I'll give it a shot. I'll do some research on it, and then I'll give it a shot. I like reading about it. Rizzling Moto Flush. Okay. Good to know, Chad. How's your Pro Ho cert? Pro Ho cert coming. Okay. Man, leave that poor man alone. Cletus, how you doing, sir? Thanks for hopping in here. Everybody saying hey. T, can you please elaborate? I don't know if I want him to elaborate. We need to keep this PG. You know, My wife hates my beard. Hey, my wife doesn't, she's not, so she likes the beard. Like I look good with a beard. She just doesn't like, like my kids, they hate it. It's scratchy. So back to you. You're right. Brailsford, you need a papoose to hold your son. We used to have, well, we have it upstairs, but we don't have a frame downstairs we can put it on. We got one of those jolly jumpers where they just sit there and hop all day. Man, that thing is a godsend for all my children. Put them in there, let them jump for like an hour or two. And this one, he's no different. He loves just sitting there hopping. But since we didn't have one downstairs, we had to order this kit thing that has these like 4 large legs that like form up in a big T, and it's got a spring and a chain, and he just sits there and jumps all day long. And he loves it, man. You get him there and you keep him entertained. If he realizes that he's being left alone, that's when he gets a little frustrated. 8, I'm working on 12. Matt, tell Bailey we look forward to seeing her in a video. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's yeah, she's not looking forward to it, I don't think. But honestly, I think she's going to do great. I don't think the Boss is not going to be a hard car to learn on. Like, it's not, when I learned on the 87 Toyota pickup, that was a good car to learn on because you actually had to do everything to get it going. Like, you had to give it a little bit of gas when you let off the clutch to get going, or you stall out. Like the Boss, she's just going to have to push the clutch down, put it in gear, come off the clutch a little bit. She could just let go off the clutch, and that car's just going to start moving. She can get going easy. She shouldn't just stall out. Yep, in the oil. Okay. Watch Seafoam channel. I did a couple videos for them. You add it right to the crankcase. It does a great job with sludge and buildup. Okay. All right. Good to know. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. 15, 20 minutes. Good to know. I'll definitely do that in my next oil change for sure. What's up, Ray? Ray, when's that? I was just talking about it. About the next Fox cruise. That's on the 26th, right? I found another Foxbody in my neighborhood, Ray, and I'm trying to go meet the guy. I want to go meet the guy, but I don't want to be a creeper and like knock on his door and be like, hey, can I see your car? But this guy in my neighborhood looks like he's got a black hatch. I couldn't tell the year because it was parked face first, but it looks nice. And he's got some meats on the back, so I imagine it's got some power. He might race it too. It might not even be for driving around. But I'd like to meet the guy. And then the guy who was working on my house, he said his dad's here local, and he's also got a red with white interior Fox convertible. What's up, Rich? How you doing, sir? Thanks for hopping in. Hate to bounce. Duty call. Yeah, man. Take care, dude. Appreciate you hopping in, Yellowhammer. Let's see. Hey, Rich, Ray, Cletus. Saying, hey. Thanks, stuff, Cletus. I'll watch it. Later, Yellowhammer. Saying, hey. Third 26, be a creeper. It's okay. Yellow Foxbody guy. What's going on, sir? I stopped by and talked with a guy with an 85 GT T-top in Richlands. Gotcha. So, yeah, hey, Willie, I have sourced another motor, so we're good, man. I found another motor. I just got to go get it. I got to figure out how the hell I'm going to get it here. So, I've kind of talked about this, guys, on the channel before or on the stream. I've got 2 options. It'd be a great video. It'd be kind of terrifying for me, but I could put that trailer on the Boss, drive up. I think it's like 50 minutes away, maybe even an hour. Load that motor up on that trailer, haul it home on the Boss 302. Be funny content, be good content, but if I damage my car, it's going to be content because I'm going to be crying. I'll be super, super pissed at myself. Other option is, manhandle it, put it in the back of my Ford Edge, assuming it fits in there, drive it home. That's probably what I'm leaning towards. I just don't want any, I don't want any of that fluid leaking anywhere, but I'll probably just put a huge tarp back there. Throw it on top. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Ate a late night dinner. Just chilling with a villain. What's up, LSX Swap 815? How you doing, sir? We're saying hey. Hit that like button. Appreciate it, David. Thanks, sir. Yeah, Willie. We still got to get together, Willie, because I want to see your other car that you're working on. I'd like to see what you got over there. And I think one thing I do want to do is I'm trying to. I definitely don't have enough a lot of Fox content yet because I'm still very new to the platform. But one thing I definitely want to do here, especially locally, is I'd love to get with a bunch of the local guys and let them show off their car and talk about their cars and their builds, because we got some pretty unique builds here. The guy I'm getting my motor from, he's got a wicked Fox. I think he's got a 427 in it. So I mean, I'm pretty. I think there's some cool stuff in my area that I think I could bring to YouTube, and I think I want to do that. And then I got to get Yellow Fox on the channel. That's what I got to do. You need to collaborate with Willie over there. Bro, I got to pick. Hey, Ray, I appreciate that, man. I honestly really do appreciate that. I might take you up on that. I need to touch base with him. Just like me, him and his family caught COVID, and he's been hit a little harder than me. So I've been letting them have their space, and I haven't brought it up. I'm just gonna let them get right. Priorities take family takes priority over everything. So I want him to be good to go, and then I'll talk to him when I know he's good to go. Let's see. Mr. Mach 1 saying hey. Everybody, hey. Yeah, guys, Yellow Foxbody guy, Willie, great guy, local to me. Check him out. What's up, Clay? Sorry, missed skip past you there. Clay in the house. Say hey. Go in the Fox, throw it in the back seat. I already told you. I already told you. My back seats are in great shape. They're in fantastic shape. I don't want to ruin them. Actually, I need to do a video. I need to pull the seats from the car and do a carpet clean, a deep clean of the carpet, because the car had been parked since 2017. Hurricane Florence came through, blew in the back window, and this thing has been, they had a tarp over it, but it was tattered and water had been getting in. So, I mean, it had been exposed to elements. So I just need to clean that carpet and see what state it's actually in. I'm sure it's going to be disgusting what comes out of there. Let's see. Saying, hey. Rich saying, hey, Tim. So Cletus. I'm here. It's too cold to do anything right. Oh, yeah. That's why I hear you, man. I didn't go to I haven't been going to the, here's one. I haven't gone to any of the grease spot meets because if my kids get any symptoms for anything, they can't go to school. Like, you could have symptoms. It could just be a head cold. You got to stay home for 5 freaking days. It's ridiculous. And that's not necessarily 5 days. If you get a negative test, you can go back. But because so many people are getting sick, it takes 5 days to get your damn results back. Play saying hey to everybody. What's up, Eric? Eric, I didn't know you were going live today. If I'd known you were going live, I would have pushed my time a little to the right. So I apologize, sir. Chad, I really appreciate that. However, I have a stand right there, and it is just waiting the motor. The motor I'm getting, I talked to the owner. He said a crucial bolt hole was broken. One of the bell housing bolt holes is broken, so I'm going to have to get that welded. I just got to find someone who's proficient at welding crankcase or welding cast metal here. Yeah, it has definitely been cold here. We had an ice storm last weekend, and Yeah. For Blue Gauge says he sent pictures. Let's see what he's got. Stand by, folks. My phone will cooperate. What are these pictures of For Blue? Interesting. Fortec, hit the like. Appreciate it, Eric. Thanks, sir. For Blue, before I show it, explain to me what I'm looking at here. So I don't just show some random car. Hey, Rich. Destroyer. Saying, hey, Destroyer. Met a guy with a 1980 coupe with a 351 Cleveland. Nice. Just a short Ford Tech Life. Hey, Ray, I do appreciate you, man. I'll probably take you. I might take you up on that because I honestly, I'd love to do it with the boss because I think it could take it. But the problem is, if it was like just the Harbor Freight trailer, it'd be fine. But the previous owner of my trailer, he was a tank driver for the Marine Corps. So he had a Harley. I think it was a Fat Boy. And he wanted his trailer to be able to haul the Harley. And so he brought the trailer to his tanker armor division mechanic shop. And they upgraded everything. They basically took the front arms off and they welded freaking heavy duty steel to it. Like the thing's way heavier than it should be. And it's heavier than I thought it was going to be when I bought it. But I didn't really care because I was just hauling around Power Wheels. But putting the motor on there, I'm afraid it'd be a little too much for the boss. I'm not actually trying to tow real weight with the boss at all. And no worries, Willie. Just follow Yellow Foxbody guy. I got it. I dropped a comment, and we'll go back and watch later. No problem. I'm always for more Foxbody content. I'm going to try and get a nap in, work at midnight. Let me know when you pick up that motor. Hey, Ray, I really appreciate it, sir. I'll chat. Ray, I'll shoot you my cell phone number here on Facebook at some point when I get on there. Is he selling the Cleveland? I doubt it. Hold on. Oh, those are some texts. I'm trying to buy it this week. A 19 with a 460 big block. C6. I know the car's been together for many years, but it's broke now. All right, so For Blue is trying to pick up this 95 GT with a 460 big block and a C6. It's broken, but it can go back together. Hold on, let's see. Looks like it's got some body kit parts that aren't on the car. Man, I suck at doing this. Yeah, it looks like that's a body kit that could replace the front bumper. It's got the Storm and Norman hood. Those wheels are kind of like same paint scheme as the Laguna Seca wheels. Oh, that's it. $1,500 though. Yeah, you can't beat that, man. $1,500. Shoot, I'd jump on it. Glenn Lehman. Hello, sir. Thanks for hopping in here. Got a guy in Pikeville, welds anything we send over. Pikeville. I don't even know where Pikeville is. Is that North Carolina or is that South Carolina? Downhill Daddy. No, he was showing me pics. It's baby blue 80 coupe with a 351 Cleveland, not for sale. Very clean car. 95 Mustang with big block 460. Ford Tech, what is this little? This is an emoji that you're sending. What is this UM? Cleveland is a great sounding engine, those big valves. Roger that. Yellow Foxbody. Let's see. Damn, that sounds like a tight fit. Oh, yeah, it does sound tight. That's what she said. Oh, man. King Daddy Coyote engine is the Roadrunner 1,000 horsepower, wheel horsepower capable stock. King Daddy Coyote engine. Are you asking me or are you saying? Because I talked to Alejandro Flores in one of his peasant chats that he likes to post, and he was saying, I was asking him the number that he'd be comfortable going to with a Roadrunner stock, assuming you put in the oil pump gears also. And he said 900, you should be fine. You don't have to worry about braking. So he said 900 is what his comfort number was. But I'm sure you probably could do 1,000. Actually, I know several cars that were doing 1,200 or so, but I don't know how long they last. You know what I'm saying? Don't pull it with the boss. Yeah, I hear you. Always throw that in when I can. Oh, why though? I don't understand what it is. All right. Force Horse, I think I can go Gen 3. I think the Gen 3 is the King Daddy of the Coyotes. The problem is the Gen 3 still doesn't have the Gen 3 still doesn't have forged pistons. It still has those hyper-eutectic pistons. So if they don't change those out, you're still going to blow out pistons, just like the Gen 2s and Gen 1s did. What's up, Alan? How you doing, sir? Thanks for hopping in. We're saying hey to Howland. Smock, when you get your package yet? Jack, how you doing, sir? Jack, I haven't gone in the office yet, but I have your thing to send to you. I don't know what happened. I have not gotten anything from you yet, sir. I don't know if my mailman might suck, because we get one that sucks every now and then and delivers the wrong mail, wrong places. So I'm really hoping one of my neighbors doesn't have it, because we have a lot of I do have several motorcycle riders in this neighborhood and other car people who I've never officially met, but I know they're here. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone picked up one of those decals and like, oh, that's awesome. And they slapped it on something like a toolbox. So hopefully they'd be honest, but I haven't gotten anything from you yet, sir. Hey, man, what's up? Hey, man, what is up, sir? Hope you and the family are doing well. It's 2 460s, a completely mass rebuild kit tool. 2 460s. Nice. $1,500. Oh yeah. We're saying hey. Boss 302 at 30K. Is that too much? Give me a second. I'll address that in a second. Hey, Jack, I appreciate it, sir. You didn't have to do that. Definitely appreciate you hopping in here, and I've enjoyed talking with you recently. I do like talking to other veterans and stuff about their experiences and stuff like that. But I've enjoyed our conversations recently. So thank you again, sir. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate the support. Let's see, SVT Snake. So how many miles are on it, SVT Snake? So 30K, and how many miles, what year? And I'll tell you some stuff you should look for. Tim Windsor, subdetermined. Okay. We're saying hey to Jack. We're saying hey Howland. Well, just want to stop. Hey, take care, Willie. Appreciate you hopping in here, sir. Oh, someone already got him. Good to go. So everyone's saying hey. DB saying hey to everybody. Been running Cleveland's all my life. Your iPhone can see American flag emojis braille. Oh, I don't have an iPhone. I'm here in the land of the non-communist. I'm an Android user. Okay. Can't see. Oh, can't see. No, I'm an Android guy, so maybe I could see it if I was on my Android. Okay. I'll tell you what, though, iPhones have some apps I do wish I had. Enjoy your steak, sir. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know you guys were. All right. I'm going to take the big block, put it in my 90 roller coupe, and put my 306 in the 95 and sell them both. Oh, I'm sure you can make a good chunk of change, man. 900 is the key number for the boss and a 6R80. There is a couple guys. All right. So when the boss came out, there was a guy. God, I can't remember. I'm sure I could find the video. There was a Gotta Have It green boss, and there was a couple of them. A couple guys like immediately swapped in a 6R80 into their bosses to turn them into strip cars, and they're pretty badass. I don't know. I had considered doing something like that for a while just to see if my wife would drive it more, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm not doing that to that car. The Fox is automatic. She can take it or leave it. Corey, hello, sir. I'm saying, hey. Hey. Am I missing people dropping out that I'm missing? Got to go. Hey, MJI, thanks for hopping in here. Sorry I missed that. Take care. Yeah, I don't know. If they had made it here, I would have seen it because I get the mail every day. I don't know what's happened, man. It is what it is. Dino Daddy, nope. Stock for Gen 3 motor, made more power, but Roadrunner will hold more without eating itself. True statement. It's the duration is longer. Those hyper eutectic pistons just can't keep up. Like, that's why you see a lot of guys who they do have the forged crank, I believe, in the Gen 3. But they still need those forged pistons swapped in, and a lot of people will do those for the big number. Yeah, Jack, I've got to watch that. I got to watch that Laguna Seca video you posted. I'm very interested in seeing that because you don't traditionally see Harleys ripping up a road course. So I'm definitely gonna watch that one. 50K 13. So in today's market, if you're getting it for 30 grand flat, that's a good deal. Some things you're definitely going to want to do. Is it local to you? How are you looking at it? Because you're going to want to sit in that car and you're going to want to run it through its gears. You're definitely going to want to make sure third's there, and you're going to want to make sure fifth gear's there. A lot of people blow out fifth gear pretty easily, and it's very easy to overpower that one. You're in. A lot of times, if it's a stock shift linkage, and you're going to get high RPM lockout. All of the bosses do. There's some easy fixes for it. They're Band-Aids, but I've never had an issue. I have the braided clutch line, and I have the MGW short throw, the race spec short throw, and it's awesome. The MGW, I've never been locked out of a gear, and I bang it at red line every time. So that car, yeah, I rip my car whenever I want to. I don't do it with the kids, but when I get a chance to step in it, I try to make sure I do it. Let's see. That's probably what I'm thinking, force horse. But yeah, 30K though for 50,000 miles. That's not a bad price in today's market. Probably before 2019, you probably could have snagged one in the high 20s. So I'd say 30K is not too bad. The market right now is ridiculous, though. It is. I personally, I'm not even like. I'd love another car, and I can't get one until I get out of the military anyway. In a year and a half or so, or until I go reserves. So I'm not looking for them. I'm really hoping the market comes back down because, Jesus, I was just looking at the prices for the type of cars I got right now. So like if I wanted to just get another Ford Edge, a Ford Edge SEL was $44,000 listed near me. That's ridiculous. $44,000 for a Ford Edge. What the hell? I got that car, a 2010. I bought it in 2012, and I think it had like 50,000 miles on it, but I got it for like 15 grand. It's ridiculous what the market is. It's crazy. I guess maybe computer can't then. Yeah. Well, I'm in StreamYard too. I don't know if is it showing up in YouTube? What's up, Mr. Mach 1? Hear about this 95 GT, the 460 I'm trying to buy this weekend. Okay, let's see. Big Stick Stangs. Hello, sir. Thanks for hopping in here. Here's where all the cool folks are. Yeah. You know what I've noticed? A lot of you guys have I've been looking for some streams lately to hop in. Usually there's a late night stream. Somebody's usually got one. And I've been like this past week when I was like COVID sick, I'd be looking for a stream and there's no one on. There's one night where a couple people are on, but man, like I was like, gosh, nobody's on. I thought about going live again, but then I was like, man, I might be too tired to talk. Bus 302. So I used to have a Roush cold air intake, which isn't really anything. It's not a power gainer. It just looks nicer. It looks like it looks OEM. It looks like it should have been there from factory. But I'm going with, because this was voted on by all of YouTube. I put a poll up. We got a set of Roush axle backs. We're going to run these for a little while, see if we like them. If we like them, we'll keep them. If I don't like them, I'll sell them and send them on their way. Get something else. But what I'm definitely going to do is we're going to throw them on, and then I'm going to chop the resonators after I get them on. So it should sound pretty good. A lot of people like Roush. That's why I got a lot of votes for it when I put it up. I'm saying, hey, Big Stick. Yeah, it's an awesome video. Definitely something you don't see. Oh, no, you definitely don't. Mine had 56,000 for 26K. But you have a 12, right? You have a 2012? The 2013s, they tend not just because they're newer, but they tend to sell for a little more. A lot of people really want those track apps. I wish I had the track apps. I'll be honest. The track apps, the first year they came out in that Boss in the 2013, that's awesome. I really wish I had it. I don't mind not having it, but you know, who wouldn't want a 0-60 timer and stuff, or quarter mile timer and stuff like that in the car? I think it's really cool. And G-force gauge, all that stuff. I've got nothing. This car it's a dumb car. There's nothing to it. No special tech that wasn't in 2001. It's old tech. Broken Tool Garage. How you doing, sir? Thanks for hopping in here. I love my MGW. MGW is the way to go. I get a lot of people talk about Bartons, and if you're happy with your Barton, fantastic. I've driven a Barton, and actually I've driven a Barton in a high horsepower car, and my buddy Barry's 2015 GT was on the channel. He had a Barton and he hated it, and I drove it, and there's still a little bit of slop in it. MGW is not slop. It is every shift is secure. Like, you've gone into a gear. I love my MGW, and I will recommend it to everybody. It costs more than a Barton, but it's a good reason. You get what you pay for sure. Silverback, what she said, got it. Just disassembled my 5.0, measured old ring gap, 0.066. I say they're worn good. Yeah. 4 blue gauge for 1,500. You shouldn't pass that up. Oh, I agree. Going to get it Saturday morning, hopefully. I keep saying it's not the market, but the dollar devastating people. But no, you're right. And so the value of the dollar has definitely gone down because we've it's been handed out a lot, obviously. Tax time's coming up, and I'm getting, like, if you have kids, a kid under 6, the government's just giving you $3,600. kid under 18, you get $3,000. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it because, it's going to help me keep up with this BS inflation. But I mean, it's a Band-Aid. You're not fixing anything. It's overall creating a problem. But I'm not trying to get political in this stream here. But yeah, I hear you. Probably good deal. Stuff Cletus. Okay, everybody's saying hey. No one's ever on anymore. Just a few here and there. Yeah, it's kind of weird because everybody was on for a while, and now there's not that many. Hey, I hear you, Jack. Thanks for hopping in here, sir. Stay safe, and I'll chat with you soon. Nice. Everybody saying hey, bye. And you said you got 12. But yeah, SVT Snake, if you're still in here, 30K is not a bad price. It's not. You just gotta check it and see how it is. If the MT82 is starting to whine, mine whines, it can still drive fine. It might drive fine for a long time. But I think I got a bearing or something worn out in mine. So yeah, you're gonna want to check the transmission, and then what's the other thing? I got a video up on this, on things that I'd at least look for. And depending on what you want, right, for 30K at 50,000 miles, I'd really want the owner's pack to come with the car. I'd try and get as much that comes with the car as you can. And I guess the other question is, SVT, is it stock? Like, what mods are done to that car? Does it have the side pipes? Some people don't like them and they take them out. I'd want the Boss mid pipe and side pipes, but I do know some people that take them out because they don't like the sound. Street Fox, hello, sir. Thanks for hopping in here. I meant to open the stream up, but I kind of got off we got off talking here. A bunch of people hopped in, so I didn't do it. Should I open the stream or should I just keep going, guys? What do you think? Cool video, Rick. I liked the 347 car. What's up, Sean? How you doing, sir? I don't know if my hockey team won the game. I've been sitting here talking to you guys, and I haven't watched a minute of it. I'm about to check the score real quick. Ooh, they won in overtime. That's what I'm talking about. All right. It's a good night. Hey, Princess Jamie. Thanks for hopping in here. So, guys, for everybody that just came in stream, we talked about a few things. Video coming out Thursday. 600 miles on the motor, oil change, seeing what came out of it. Don't miss it. It's nasty. And then if you stick around to the end, we had an ice storm here. Really funny clip of my son. I hate to embarrass him like that, but it's too funny to ignore. Hey, Chad, thanks for hopping in here, sir. Appreciate it. Enjoyed talking with you tonight. So that's coming up. I'm going to coordinate a time with MJI at some point, and he'll come down here and we'll get those headers installed. I do need to clean them up here soon. I want to get those prepared. I want them ready to go. We got a bunch of the hardware in for them, so we'll be ready when the time comes. So we'll be working on that, get them all cleaned up and painted so they're prepped. Showed you guys the new exhaust that's going to go for the Boss. And the only thing that we talked about earlier in the stream for all of you who aren't here is I got an appearance mod coming off of a GT500. So not a reproduction part, an actual, Ford OEM GT500 part. It's going to be a new spoiler. We're trying to make the Boss look just a little more aggressive. And for now, that's going to do it for those mods. I've got to recoup some of the funds that I spent on these things. That took several months of saving on YouTube, but it's going to be worth it. And I'm very excited to actually start making some changes to some of the cars. Getting the Fox is awesome because I got that full exhaust for $190, and it's everything I've been trying to do. It's everything I did with the MGB. It's a budget build just like the MGB was, and I think it's gonna, despite the fact that it's a budget build, it's gonna sound awesome. And then once we get this new motor in here, it'll scoot like everybody else's. I'm not sure the state of this new motor. He says it runs. He said it just broke a bell housing bolt hole. So we just got to fix that. I don't know the state of everything else though. Oh no, I didn't mean to block him for 5 minutes. I meant to block him forever. You want to make the boss more aggressive and you put Silverback behind the wheel? Nah. I can count on one hand how many people have ever driven this car besides myself. My dad, my brother, and one friend of mine who helped me change out my condenser when it went out in 115-degree heat index. So 3 people other than myself have ever driven this car. It's going to be 4. Once we get to 2,000 subscribers, it's going to be 4. Yeah, I'll open the panel for a few minutes. Let's see. See, I started early, so it's not even late. What's up, Mike? All right, panel's open. Let me pin it. We got 37 likes. Oh, I gave myself a dislike. That's not good. I was just trying to read the number. Got a good amount of likes today. It's pretty good for me. Just appreciate everybody hopping in here. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. All right, let's see. Stream's open if anyone wants to hop in. And if you guys got anything going on with your channels you want to talk about, feel free to hop in. I'm sure I'm behind on some of your guys' projects for sure. Yeah, Mike, you just posted a video. It's supposed to be another like almost encyclopedia video for the Cobra motor, right? I've got a couple motors or a couple videos I'm trying to remember to get back to. I put them in my watch later. I've been so freaking busy, man. Let's see. Not much one though. How you doing, buddy? Working on a retro EFI setup for my old carbed AMC motor. Can't do much in the Army barracks though. LOL. Oh yeah, I hear you. Well, I'll tell you what. I've seen some crazy. So I got a barracks right behind my building at Camp Lejeune, and the parking lot out there. I've seen like doors taken. I mean, it's not motor work obviously, but I've seen parts. So many parts taken off a car and just left in the parking lot. They just leave them there. And honestly, I thought about taking some of these parts home and selling them. So if you're going to leave it in the parking lot, you've abandoned it. So what's the AMC motor for, Jamie? So I would like to, David. That's another one of those really big expenses that I definitely would have to prepare for and save for. So I'd probably have to wait until I needed some new tires on it. So maybe the next iteration of tires potentially, because I imagine these will last me a little while. I will need front tires soon though. Honestly, so there's 2 wheels I'm looking at. SVE, the budget wheel would be the SVE GT350 replicas. I would go for those. I like those. They look good on the Boss. The other wheel that I really like is and they're expensive. The RTR Tech 7s. RTR Tech 7s, I think they look really good. They also look like a pain in the butt to clean, but they're not as bad as the some of the SVT GT500 wheels that came out in the 11 to 14 range with those teeny little holes. But I do like the RTR Tech 7s. I think they look good. I've seen a couple of them on Bosses, and they look good. And what I would want to do is a square setup with 11. If I can make it work, there's a couple guys I know who've done it. Square setup, 11-inch tires all around. And when you do that, that car looks really aggressive. And she'll handle. Eventually, I mean, if we're talking about fully decking out the boss here, Dream mods, obviously, I want a supercharger. But as far as like handling, the Watts link, people who put the Watts link on the solid rear axle makes a night and day difference. I usually do barracks repairs, but not this time. It's an old 4.2 in the CJ. I'm planning on using programmable ECM from Merc Cruiser and high flow Siemens Bosch injectors and a GM throttle bite. Man, you are. See, I'm at this level and you're like way up here. Yeah, I'm still learning a lot. Oh, we got a person here coming in. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Oh, hold on. I muted my computer. All right, you're good now.
Hey, so I was seeing the chat. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. Saw a lot of people that said hi when I jumped in. So hi to all of you, and thank you.
Oh, is that it?
How's
your cars doing? I mean, it's obviously winter up there. What you been working on anything?
I haven't touched anything. To be honest with you, I've just been focusing on my health. I've been in and out of the hospital, so I haven't really touched anything in probably a month. No. I've got a rare disease that I'm dealing with. So
I'm sorry to hear that, Mike.
I'm trying to get into another hospital and trying to get into clinical trials.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'll make sure we pray for you.
Let me see if I can get the camera. I'm horrible at cameras. Try to get this here. You think you can see it? There we go. More blood today. So, yeah. But anyway, just trying to get through a bunch of stuff. So,
I hear you, man.
So I haven't touched any cars. I haven't done any videos. Good news is I'm about 18 subscribers from hitting 1,000, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, really?
But
all right,
yeah,
we've got to have some of you guys who don't follow Mike yet, and so go give him a look and see. And Mike, if you're not there by the end of this, I'll share you out when I get back onto my phone, and hopefully that'll push you over the top.
Awesome, thank you. So I'll probably do a video, maybe 2-3 weeks. I've been trying to put it together, and then just all this happened and had to stop on it. But wanted to do a video. Can you build a 4.6 as good as a Coyote? And can it be just as fast? And going through porting the heads, going through the strength of each block.
You talking about NA, or you're talking about the blown 4.6?
Blown, to see what that they can do. So, for example, the cast iron block will hold 1,300 horsepower that the Terminator has. The WAP block, aluminum block, has held 1,300. The Texid block has held 1,500. The Coyote block will hold up to 1,000, sometimes 1,100, unless you sleeve it. So just kind of going through each one of the blocks, each one of the cranks, the different rods that go on them, the heads, porting them out. Can you get the same airflow on a stage 3 ported 4-valve head for a 4.6 compared to a ported Coyote? Differences in cams, differences in max RPM, and just kind of going through it, because there's a lot of misinformation that you have to go Coyote to make a lot of power, to make 1,500 plus.
Yeah.
And you could actually still hit 1,500 with a 4.6. So I get into all that. You could even build a very high compression 4.6. For example, JE Pistons has a positive 3cc piston, which you can get up to 11-to-1 pretty easily on a 4.6 4-valve. And in custom pistons, you can definitely get up to 12-to-1.
Well, so, Jamie, I don't think that. So the 4.6 from the police car, even the Interceptors, that's still just a 2-valve, right? So you're talking about the four valves.
Talking about the 4-valve, the Aviators, the Marauders, the Cobras, and the Mach 1s all had 4-valve engines.
Yep.
So, and the 4 valves are better than the 3
T, go
valves
ahead
as well.
and drop Mike's link, and let's see if we can get him some people here, get him a little bit closer. Your dad's at 1K with the Coyote. Yeah, so I got a friend here, and I'm trying to get him on channel, Mike, because it'd be something that's right up your alley. He bought a 99 Cobra, and on the way home from buying it, the motor ate itself. So he just rebuilt it, and his guess right now is that it's NA right now, but I mean, they've done a lot to it. It's got like comp stage 3 cams on it. I don't know the whole build sheet. I'm trying to get him on here so I can show it. He's the guy who's got the painted, the American flag SN95 I've had a few times.
You're talking about it's a white car.
No,
black. It's not white with the flag painted up on top. Black flag.
No. His is my buddy's car is literally. It looks like an American flag. Like the entire car is red, white, and blue, and it looks like a wrap. People think it's a wrap, but it's a paint job, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty spectacular. But that's just an SN95. He picked up a Cobra that he's going to custom paint here soon, but he just got it running, and it's supposed to be pretty. It sounds wicked. I'm waiting for him to get his break-in period done because we're not gonna race, right, and do anything crazy. But I'm very interested to see, off the line, like how well he keeps up or destroys my boss.
If he's max NA, he should easily be doing 330, 340 to the wheels. If he does has the intake ported and does the short runner, then he could pick up even more. But they're kind of nice. Cletus, as far as hours, I already hit it about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So I'm already over 4,000.
So he just needs the viewer. He just needs the people. Hold on, I might have a spare account or two. Let me see. I got an account for my security system specifically, so you won't get any views from it. I'll tell you that. But
if I do, there's problems.
You do, yeah. There's somebody watching my house, which is kind of creepy. Now let's see. Let's see. Mike's. Wait a second. Why am I should just go to my stream. Should be right there. All right, let's see. Anybody else want to? So Mike, refresh my memory. You've got what year is your cars again?
So I've got a 2003 Mach 1 that I fully built. Took about 2 years building it in my garage. Okay. And then I've got a 2019 S550 EcoBoost.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
So those are the two. And I tell you what, I've been having fun with the EcoBoost lately because it's cold where I'm at and I have the winter tires on it, so you don't get too much traction. So ever since this has been going on, I've decided I'm not saving my cars for the next person. So stoplight to stoplight, I'm doing 1/2 to 3/4 throttle on that damn thing, just winding it out. So nice. You get pretty good at rolling into the throttle with snow tires and still getting traction. So that's something I've been playing with.
You're at 987. Yeah, you got 987. Need 13 more.
Getting closer, Seb. Thank you, everyone, for that.
I gave you 2, so I'm sorry you're not going to get viewership from it, but they're at least good. You're getting there. Let's set it on. Live streams do give you hours from people watching. Yes. So if you're here with me in StreamYard, you don't get hours from the people in StreamYard. You just get views from the people who have it open in a tab.
That's cool.
Navigators have the 5.4. So I learned something new from Ford Blue Gauge. And if he's still here, I'd like for him to comment, or maybe you know. So I didn't realize that they went from I have it backwards, but there's a 4-valve 5.4 and there's a 3-valve 5.4.
I'm not an expert on the 5.4s. I'm good with the 4.6s. Ford Blue Gauge knows the 5.4s. I never played with them.
Too. Ford Tech now. I just I don't know the years for the 4-valve or the 3-valve because I've heard the 4-valve 5.4 is not bad. The 3-valve 5.4 likes to eat phasers, and about 100,000 miles. And I don't know how big a job that is to repair. I think it costs a pretty penny.
I thought 5.4 was a 2-valve and a 3-valve.
That's why I'm 2-valve. There's a 2-valve 6.8 and a 3-valve 6.8.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We're talking about 6.8. We're talking about 6.
That's a 6.8. Well, the 6.8. Actually, I had the 6.8 in my motorhome. That's the V10. That was a good motor.
Yeah.
A lot of torque.
I really, for the longest time, I really, really, really wanted an Excursion. I wanted one so bad. Let's see. 2.4, 2004 was the first year of 3-valve. 3-valve was junk. 2-valve, 07, 03 engines. Great engines. Okay.
Now, I heard the 3-valve was good at the very end of the run. I think that was 2008, 2009. Around that time frame, they got all the issues fixed. And it was the last 2 or 3 years that it was pretty decent before the Coyote engine came out for
Brody,
the trucks.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yep.
Brody, K&N actually bought Airaid, I believe. And if you're talking about the drop-in filter versus an actual Airaid intake, I think K&N does make some cold air intakes. I think you're going to get Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, say again.
No, my computer was cutting out. I'm losing the signal for some reason. Honestly, I'd probably go with the Airaid and get a tune with it. But I think K&N's probably going to be pretty comparable now because I'm pretty sure K&N bought Airaid. Let's see. Cletus, the 4.6 3-valve was good. 5.4 3-valve sucked. Yeah, the 4.6 3-valve's not bad. I've heard a lot of people have had mixed reviews on it, but I've not really met anyone whose 3-valves just failed them as a Mustang owner. Like I loved my 3-valve when I had it. I love that car. I beat the piss out of it, and it just kept taking it.
I thought the issue with it was that the spark plugs would break when you try to remove them.
I don't know.
If I remember correctly.
I know the 3-valves had phaser issues.
Right.
Yeah. Boss 302 downhill. He's got a school bus yellow Boss. Last year, the Excursion 6.8 was a 3-valve. I know someone with 250,000 miles without engine issues.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, downhill, I think they were talking about the 5.4. 4.6 is pretty good overall. Well, I have 2 cold air intakes laying around, but don't want to remove track key tune. What is your thought? So, Brody, it should have. All right. So you're not going to get any power, right? But it should have come with a throttle. You should be able to throttle it down. There should be a choke in there, or it should have come with the intake to where you can still run the stock tune. However, the other thing I heard is a lot of people who get them tuned, Brody, you don't really care anymore. I agree with you. I love my track key tune, and I'd hate to lose it. So it's a tough call. I have, like I said, I have that Airaid Parnelli Jones edition cold air intake, and I have a throttle in it. So if you have the Airaid one, or GLT2's there, yeah, you said you don't have the Airaid one yet. But yeah, I mean, if it has a throttle in there to take it to, stock specs for the Mass Air, you should be fine. I mean, you could run it. The reason I did it was purely for engine dress up at this point. At some point, it'll be for performance. But, I mean, if I'm going performance, I'm probably pulling the Airaid out, and I'm going with a PMAS intake or a Steeda intake, and then I'm going to throw a tune on it. Because I'm not going to care about looks. Right now, it just looks really good. If they've been in for a long time, like 100K on the plugs. So they will break. He's talking about spark plugs breaking. If they're 100,000 miles, they could break. 3-valve issue was cam phaser. 2-valve issues had shooting the spark plugs out and stripping, but it wasn't a big deal. No big deal.
I remember with the 4 valves on like the C heads. So the early ones had only 4 threads on them, and then the later ones had the DB heads, which were 9 thread, and a huge difference because you had 03 Cobra guys with 4 threads holding the plugs in, and they're putting big whipples on them and everything else and just popping plugs right out.
Jesus. Excursions are like Suburbans, but for men. My buddy on his 2015 GT, he was having an issue where I want to say, gosh, what was the problem he was having? I think he was actually like something with his setup was like extinguishing the spark or something crazy like that. He had to like change out his coil packs, change out his spark plugs. In my opinion, all 3 valves are junk eventually. I mean, every motor's junk eventually. More maintenance, less issues, and vice versa. Got it. Just LS swap them all. I wouldn't mind an LS, but I don't really, I just want a project car. A project car is a project car to me. Excursions need a true Dana 62 and not 50 in the front. Never cared for the 3 valves. Yeah, but you got to appreciate what the 3 valves gave us. So that the year of the 3-valve Mustang, that was a revolutionary body style. That set off all the automaker companies. They saw like, wow, like the people want retro, and it forced everybody to dive right in. I mean, that was you might hate that motor, but I love that body style, the 05s to 09s. I love it. I'm still trying to track down. I can't tell. Okay, Mike, I thought you were frozen for a minute. I was like, I'm talking to nobody. Great. I'm still trying to track down my original Mustang. I know where it is, roughly. I just don't know who has it. Is Salty in here? No, Salty's not in here. I haven't seen him.
If
I want
you
to
see
keep
the
track
background,
What's up?
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, if you see the background with the flowers, I'm at my mom's house where I'm getting floors put in. So,
I hear.
so if you see stuff like that in the background, it ain't my house.
That doesn't matter. Hey, no judgment here. My wife would have something similar probably. I want to keep the track key tune mainly for the fact that I'm debating on looking at some C606s. There's an issue with the C6s. What is it? Are the transits crap? I can't remember what it is. I have a friend. There's a guy on YouTube. There's a guy who's on Instagram. He's in the Boss Owners group, Brody. His name is Weston Firestone. Weston Firestone. Find him. Reach out to him. He went from a Boss to a Z06, and then he went back to a Boss. So talk to him and ask him what the problem is he had with his C6. He might have had a ZR1. I'm not sure, but he went to C6s. And he didn't like it. It kept having issues. But talk to him. I've got a 79 F-150 project truck you can buy, Brailsford. Cletus, I would love a truck to work on. I need more land. My problem is land. I need property to physically put this stuff. I could just dump it at my dad's property. I've joked about it in here before. I want my dad has like 25 acres, and I want something like that to where I could like go buy a project truck, and then when my wife's not paying attention, roll it out of the woods and be like, look what I found back there. It was buried. Just throw some branches on top, be like, yeah, there's a tree on top of it. You won't believe it. The title is on the passenger seat. It's signed over.
So you need to have a lot of acreage to pull that one off. I was thinking if you just have like 2 or 3 acres, that's enough to put a small shop on it, have a little bit of room. But if you're talking pulling vehicles that don't exist out of the out of the woods, guy, you're gonna have to have a decent sized lot.
Be like, I was in the back of the property. I think we got a whole car lot back there. I can only bring them out one at a time though. My dad's got, man, he's got such a nice setup. I love his shop. I lost the stream again.
Have you
Frozen again.
Have you done any videos on his property yet, or no?
I've done a few. I mean, I've filmed some stuff where I don't think it really made it to the channel. My dad, he does all of his own. He's got his own channel, so he's been doing that. He's doing pretty well. He's at, I want to say he's like 300 something subs behind me. He was closing me quick for a while there. I mean, he's got literally infinite content. Like, he can just make anything and that becomes content. But he makes a lot more obviously selling the products he's making than he does on YouTube. He just does it because he's got a passion for it. And he likes showing the world what you can do. I guess, I don't know. He's trying to get his business name out there a little more.
Nice.
But he's so backlogged with jobs as it is anyway. Like the hospital he works for, they keep hiring him to build new stuff. Like, he built their CEO board table. He built all the tables for the cafeteria they've got a cafe. He built all the tables for that. I mean, and then he just built some crazy stuff. Like, he built this vase that was built from scrap wood, but like luxurious wood scrap wood. Like, all the scrap wood he had in there was like $300. And he told me the price he was going to sell this thing for. And it was crazy. It was like what you'd pay for a reliable beater daily driver. So I think it was like $3,500 or $4,000, something like that. And I was like, no way. No, who in their right mind is going to go spend something like? He sold it in a day. I was like, I can't believe that. That's crazy. My dad's amazing. I wish I had learned some of these skills. He's built pool tables. He actually tried to give me one of his pool tables, and my wife's like, no, we don't need that. And I'm like, you don't turn down a pool table that's worth more than two of our cars here, right? Like, put together. I was like, you don't turn that down. But now my brother's got it. I lost that. But he built what's up?
I was going to say, so you're going to start working with your dad, learning from him as far as, the different ways to do all that, or?
If I can get time, yes. I would love to. Like, I'm in North Carolina, but I'm in the military. If I can get more time to spend at my dad's property, I'd love to learn, like, pick up some stuff and learn it. He's building an amazing setup up there. Stuff that I would have loved when I was a kid. He's got a pond. They're stocking it with fish. My kids are going to be able to fish out of it like all the time. I mean, he's got a freaking UTV, those mini bikes, the freaking Coleman mini bike. He's trying to, like, stuff that, like, I give him crap for it every time. I was like, where was this when I was a kid? Like, what the heck is going on here? But, they got to spoil the grandkids, and no big deal. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get off on a tangent here. Not talking car content at all here. Selling a bunch of your projects, what did I miss, Cletus? You're trying to do what? Trying to make a drivable project. So, Cletus, when's the big collab meeting for you guys for the Turbo LS Volvo? Oh, in April. He said it right there. My bad. Oh. Man, we're back to 18 people. Gosh, I thought we were like dwindling for a moment there. Second week in April. That's gonna be cool, dude. I'm pretty excited for you guys. I'm interested to see that. I love those Volvo wagon builds, and I especially love them when they've got the Header pipe with the flapper valve out the top. I think that's just icing on the cake. Even though it's ridiculous and it's not really in keeping with the sleeper because you can kind of see something's up with it. I just think it's really cool. All right, click that. Yeah, I'm hoping to. If it wasn't so damn loud, I would do the Roush install here in my garage at night, like I like to do everything else. But yeah, I can't even start the car to back it up on ramps without waking up the entire house. My wife will kill me.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well,
Neighbors won't be happy either.
Well, oh, it's not even loud yet. Like I still got the resonators on there. Like the car, it's like it'll shake the house the way it is. But when I take those resonators off, and I still got cats, it's gonna be way louder. Especially when that track key kicks in, it starts chopping. For whatever reason, it's way deeper. Like there is a serious audible difference when you engage the track key.
Nice. I found if I'm going to start up my car, it's going to be super loud because I'm doing exhaust work or something. I'll go in, let my wife know, tell her that it's only going to be 3 to 5 minutes or what have you, and then just kind of get the dirty look ahead of time, and then go ahead and do it, and then just smooth it over instead of the wife coming out in the garage super pissed off, and then you're trying to explain it at that point.
Oh yeah. So it's actually funny. Hold on. Elliot, parents have the toys once we grew up. Oh yeah, for sure. My parents have definitely enjoyed life after we all moved out. So when I did the MGB build, it became, because I had to cut the floor pan out to change out the floor pan to install the driver's seat, and it became a game of how long can I cut, how much can I cut out before I get yelled at. I would always cut out like probably about a quarter of what I needed to. And then once I got the pan cut out, the parts that I could cut out, you literally had to drill out all the bead welds and then hammer it with a chisel to bust out the rest. And so it became, how many times can I smash the hell out of this thing trying to rip it out of there before I get yelled at? So I think it literally took me just to get one panel out, where if I just buckled down on a day to do it, I could have probably done it in an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. The hardest part was drilling out the bead welds. But it took me like a week and a half to get that whole thing done, because I kept getting interrupted because I was getting yelled at because, like, dude, our kids are trying to sleep. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, man. She tolerates a lot with me. She tolerates a lot. I love my wife to death. She definitely, I put her through the ringer sometimes, especially with the life that we were forced to live here in the Navy. So I'm quite a slow driver, nothing speed related, but I do enjoy the tech. Hey, Jamie, I appreciate you hopping in here. You definitely are way more knowledgeable than myself. I don't know half the stuff you're talking about when you comment. I have not ever messed with some of that stuff. We're talking about like a Dana 60 versus a 50.
So the question is that everyone probably has is, did you time to see how quickly you got in trouble each time and then kind of chart it? None of that. When you're working on the car, how quickly she came out.
I mean, I don't really time it, but like it was kind of like it was timed in the sense that I was just seeing, I'd like pull out the grinder and I'd literally be going like as fast as I can to. What I did was I drilled holes along the frame rail so I could make sure I didn't cut the frame rail, and so it gave me a guide to follow. And then I quickly was just trying to follow it as far as I can, as fast as I could with the cutting wheel. Man, you have no idea how many times like crotchety old men commented on those MG videos. You're like, I can't believe you're doing it this way or whatever. And I was like, man, I'm just trying to get by. Like I'm learning as I go. I'm just trying to, like, if it works, it ships. So I'm taking it. I'm just doing what I got to do. And then other guys were like, you really all the OSHA PPE people, like, yeah, I know. You know what? And I even tell them, I was like, you know what? You're right. I should have been wearing that. And in the future, I will. But here, I didn't. And you know what? I'm just fine. Thanks for your comment, though. Appreciate it. I get a lot of purists that I still get a lot of hate for those videos. And a lot of guys like them. I actually got a comment today. It was a really nice one on the floor pan welding video. The guy's like, I appreciate the comments. I'm going to try this myself. Like sometimes the people like to see someone who's obviously not a professional, but is successful, because it gives them the confidence to do it themselves. Obviously, a professional is going to be able to knock it out and do it just perfectly. But sometimes you need to see someone who's obviously a do-it-yourself amateur mechanic make things happen before you get the confidence to try something yourself.
Yeah, I completely agree. My favorite are actually the fail videos. Not that someone blew up an engine or something like that, but they tried to do something and it just didn't work. So I saw one recently. Guy tried to wrap his hood on his car, and he
Yeah.
got two pieces of material for it just in case it went south a second time. And
Yeah.
he did it the first time, had issues, did it the second time, had issues, but then still posted the video. And I thanked him for that because, I said, that's a real video that
Yeah.
people want to see, because if someone's going to try it, they need to understand that things are going to happen, and it's not, everything isn't perfect like you see in a video.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dave, downhill. So the only time that car is going to be in the neighborhood's Revly is when there's Cars and Coffee going on in the spring and summer, and when I get up early as hell. Then yeah, I'm probably going to wake a few people up. But a lot of my neighbors, they know I've got these things. A lot of them like me a lot, so they don't care. It's going to be the people who move in new across the street who I don't know when they're going to get here because my neighbors are moving out. If they haven't heard the car yet, and the first thing they hear is these new Roush axlebacks put on with a Resonator delete, they might not be too happy because it's pointed right at their windows in the house. I stopped work at 8 p.m. See, that'd be the respectful thing, but the problem with that is I would love to be able to do that. But that implies that I've had time to work before 8 p.m. My kids go to bed from 7 to 8. So that's why my stream starts usually after 8. If I'm working on my cars in my garage, I can't start till after 8. And right now, my problem is I can't even really work out at the gym on base without a mask. So I work out after work. And then if I have time and I get home, that's when I do this stuff. So last night, I did the damn oil change on the Foxbody. I didn't finish the oil change till 12:10. Like, it was way later than I wanted it. I mean, I didn't get started till later. But I thought it would be a little faster than it was. But because I saw what was coming out, I really let it drain out. And I waited until it stopped before I plugged it back up. Like, I gave it, I didn't just be like, it's just trickling. I didn't button it up. I made sure every single drop that was going to dripped out. So I waited a bit, but yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to stop earlier, but I got to start later. And honestly, my neighbors that are on this side of me, they can, I'm not going to talk about them, but I don't really care what they think.
So how bad was the oil? Was it like bubbling crude from, Beverly Hillbillies coming out of the ground, or was it, how bad was it?
It's pretty black. It's pretty black.
One thing that I do if I'm trying to get everything out of it, so you get it drained, and then take like an extra half quart of the new oil, put it in, and then they'll just go into the pan and just help get some of that remaining out.
Well, yeah, I should do that. I should buy an extra quart, but the lovely thing about the Foxbody is it takes exactly 5 quarts, so I buy the 5-quart jug, and that's all I need. I usually do buy an extra quart though, just to keep in the trunk.
And do you usually fill the oil filter full of oil and then spin it on?
What's up?
Or do you normally fill the oil filter full of oil and then spin it on, or do you do it dry?
So this time I did it dry. I usually try and put a little bit in. Problem is this one's at an angle, so I could really only probably put about, I don't know, maybe a quarter full worth of oil in there just to get some in. I probably should have because as soon as I started it, you'll see in the video, the check engine light came on, check oil light came on. So I immediately turned it off. And when I usually put oil in, I kind of assume there's usually some residual oil. So I usually short fill it a little bit rather than overfill. So I usually put in, like it required 5 quarts. I put in 4.5. And when I put in the rest of the 0.5, the light went off. It was just, but the car was tilted. So I imagine the sensor was just, and the oil is really thick. So I'm talking, because it's cold. It's cold as hell in my garage. I'm running 20W50 VR1 right now.
Oh, that's thick.
Yeah. I'm running 20W50 VR1, the Valvoline racing oil. And because it was cold, it was coming out pretty thick. So I imagine it was taking it a second to get to the bottom of the oil, the bottom of the pan. So, I mean, it just needed to warm up. And that's also, it's not normal for me to drive in cold weather in this car. So like, a lot of people are like, yeah, you shouldn't use that in cold weather. I don't use it in cold. Like I don't drive the car when it's cold. Like it's got to be warm.
Right. Makes sense.
I'm not trying to stress the motor out, but I did just change the oil. So I was trying to verify I had no leaks. Dudes with wrenches. MGB, truck, and my bikes. I always feel like a dick working on my stuff. A few neighbors have collector's cars too, but our neighborhood has a lot of grumpy old people. Hey, well, I don't know. See, here's my problem, right? Like, and I know they do so well. Like, if I had an angry person come yell at me, like, I know that's content that people like seeing for some reason. However, the anti-asshole that's inside of me would have such a hard time to consciously film that. Like, I just, you know, I try not to be that person. It would be so hard for me to film somebody coming to complain to me about my own noise when I know, yeah, it's loud. I probably shouldn't be doing it. I'd have a really hard time filming that for content. And if I did, you guys would probably see me saying like, man, I feel so bad about this like 100 times before I posted it. Like I'm not that guy. Like there's the people who start the car and like, oh, look at this Karen coming over here complaining. That's not me. Like I understand. I got kids, man. I wouldn't want someone being loud as hell when my kids are trying to sleep. So I can appreciate that. And it'd just be really difficult for me because I'm sure I do have, I would have some, like, depending on where I lived in my neighborhood, I'm sure there's be some people that'd be very upset at me. Because shoot, I'll sit in my driveway in the middle of the day and I'll rev my car sometimes just to do it, and it's loud. A couple quarts of ATF will wash it out too.
That is true. That is very, very true. I mean, ATF is a deter. I mean, the detergents that are in it, you can use it to clean engines. You can. I mean, you put it in there, it'll be squeaky clean.
So you just put it in there and run it for a few minutes and drain it?
Yeah, I would just idle it. I wouldn't rev it at all. But
has it got enough viscosity to be able to protect the motor?
The problem is that if you run something like that in there, you are going to loosen everything up, which means that you can clog up other things as you loosen up all the glue that's holding it together.
Yeah.
It's like with transmissions. You'll have a transmission that's shifting fine, but it's high mileage. They go to a place and have it flushed, and then after that, it never shifts right again.
Yeah.
Because all the varnish, everything gets loosened up. It finds a spot in the valve body and then just starts clogging. Yeah. So
Princess Jamie, her comment right here. This is why I run that VR1 stuff. Because I got a flat tappet motor in the car right now. That's why I went with this stuff. I remember now. And it takes, so because I got the flat tappet motor, I went with the high zinc oil, which is a VR1.
You can do 5W40 mobile European version, which has high zinc in it. And then that way it's going to be a much thinner oil. It's kind of like 5W30. It says 540, but it's really like a 530. But it's very high zinc for the European model. Because you don't have the CAD issues. So they put more zinc in it. So you can run that one. You can get it at Wally Mart.
Well, I think once I get whenever I get that other motor in here, I might experiment with couple different kinds of oil with the flat tappet motor, like the Amazon brand, and run some of that, or the Kirkland brand from Costco or Sam's or whatever the hell it is. Sam's has Members Mark brand, I think. Just test some of this stuff out. As long as it's what's that? There's a seal that's on it that certifies it as a. Oh God, I can't remember what it's called. I had a guy that we used to work for Valvoline that gave me this whole lesson on oils that I didn't ask for. I tuned it out, so obviously I should have paid attention. Let's see. Jamie, I run Rotella in my 5.3 because I have DOD lifters. Joking.
Rotella T. Yeah, the 15W40 is magic oil.
Really?
That's great stuff. A lot of people use that as a break-in oil. It's very, very high zinc and phosphorus.
Okay.
Good oil. It's not, if I remember correctly, it's not synthetic, it's conventional.
Okay. Never had anyone come by, but I get old people glares. As long as you're not revving your shit past midnight, I'm good. See, a lot of guys who get the bosses, they like to put the electronic cutouts for the side pipes so they can shut them. I don't know. I just leave them wide open, man. Mine are straight out the side. Turn it on, it's on. I had to work with a DoD lifter, fail on a friend's Yukon. I got it to come alive with Marvel Mystery Oil, but it was a temporary Band-Aid.
Yeah, Marvels is good stuff. I mean, if you have like an engine that's been sitting for years and years and it's kind of seized, you put Marvel in each one of the cylinders and he'll help break it loose so you can get it moving.
I don't do any of that. I always ride and drive in a low gear, crawl in my garage. No shit where you sleep. Well, so honestly, my neighbors really never experienced anything. If I drive the boss, it's usually about 7:20, 7 something before I leave the house. I've got it since I'm in the position I'm in. I can leave later than I've ever left before for any job in the military because I'm helping my wife and my kids. And so, honestly, 7:20, the world's usually awake. So I don't feel any kind of bad about starting my car and even letting it idle in my driveway while it warms up. 5W40 in my 240K engine. I might try. My top end is coming apart because I have new machine head to go on. Okay. I like the Rotella. It's cheap too. Used for break-in, but never stopped. All right, I might have to give it a shot. See, I actually asked in that video, I asked for people's suggestions. And I should have mentioned that I have a flat tappet motor in that video, but I didn't. I'll have to put it in the comment or in the description. It's uploaded. What's up?
Running Rotellity, that's good oil. And since it's conventional instead of synthetic, if you have a little bit of an oil leak, you'll have less of a leak with conventional than you would with synthetic. So that's the other advantage of going conventional. But the problem is you can't find much that's conventional anymore. I mean, there's only a handful of oils that are like that.
It's usually blends nowadays.
Yeah, it's usually blends, but it's very hard. You can find some that are pure conventional, like Driven has a good oil they have a break-in one and then they have a regular conventional one. They make good stuff, but very rare to find just conventional.
Okay. See, I don't know. I've been kind of crazy. I'm kind of crazy in my oil changes because I'm trying to do everything I can to prevent to ensure the life of like most of my cars. So like my daily driver is a Ford Edge. Used to be a Nissan that I used to have. And it's at 134,000, about to be 135,000 miles right now. It's at the point in its life where they like to have water pump failure. And so I've done everything I can, though, to try and prolong the life of it. Like that thing gets 3,000-mile oil change with full synthetic every time. I mean, I treat it well. I'm hoping it's going to continue to treat me well. I need to give it a tune-up here soon. I need to change the plugs in the coil packs, which I got new sets sitting on the shelf. But I'm pretty sure they changed the plugs when I bought the car. So the plugs that are in there should only have, they probably got about 75,000 miles on them. So I just want to change them out at an earlier interval than is required. It's supposed to be 100,000 miles. But I probably go way above and beyond for most of my stuff. The Boss, the last oil change in the Boss, I just did it. That oil, the car was telling me it was time to change it, but the oil, okay, it was a year and a half old, but it was only had 1,500 miles on it.
You should change it every year because if you're just going to change it once a year, change it in the fall when you go to put the car away. That way you have clean oil sitting in there. so it's not eating away at the sails.
I got you. I don't put the car away though. I drive it whenever it's nice out. I drove it the other day, and I actually did a video on like trying to clean it up a little bit, but I'm not uploading it. I drove it to work 2 weeks ago or last week, and they salted the damn roads a few days early before the storm, and I wasn't expecting it. So I drove the damn car, and I'm like, oh, the roads are salted. Like, what the hell? I mean, it was all dry and evaporated into the road, but you still get the powder kind of stuff that could kick up. It was brine, and so I immediately, as soon as I got home, I pressure washed everything and dried it off.
Yeah.
Mike's garage is driven the Joe Gibbs oil.
It is. So that's what I used in my Mach 1, breaking it in, and I've got the conventional in it right now. And then once I've got to fix a minor leak. Once I get all that done, then I'm going to switch over to synthetic.
So, hold on one sec. Where's that? So, when I bought the Boss, I was very unaware. I drove it to Rhode Island, and I checked my oil when I got up there. I was like, oh, I'm a little bit, I could probably use about half a quart. And I go to the store, I go to the Advanced Auto Parts, and they're like, what do you need? I'm like, I need 5W50 full synthetic. And they're like, you're driving a truck? I'm like, no, it's what my Mustang out there. And they're like, yeah, we don't sell that. You got to buy that from Ford or online. And I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, so this stuff is a pain in the butt. You pay through the nose for it. Like if I were to do this at the dealership, that oil change is like $150+. So I do it myself. I order it by the crate of 12 quarts. And it's usually like, I think Rock Auto usually has the best deal right now. If you're lucky, you can catch it on Amazon when they do a sale. There's a company that has it by the crate, and I've gotten it for as cheap as $102 for 12 quarts. But from Rock Auto, I think it's like, I want to say it's like $8.50 a quart. It's not cheap. Let's see. High zinc oil, timing chains, fuel delivery service, and good to go. I'm dreading the day that my freaking Ford Edge water pump goes, because it's inside the crankcase. So you got to catch it when it's dripping out the weep hole, or else you're going to be spewing coolant into your crankcase. It's a very terrible design. So actually, some people they get it done like right about where my motor is right now. Unfortunately, you might as well do the timing chain when you do that, and you're looking at like a $2,500, $3,000 repair. It's ridiculous. My car is exactly 6,700 miles, and I've changed it 4 times already. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yep.
The car's just a timer, basically. For Tech Life, some others made private. YouTube like 40 from me in 2 days. YouTube took 40 from me in 2 days. Oh.
I've had that happen too. So if you have a bunch of different accounts, or you're going to other people's YouTubes and you're like going through each one, you watch a video, subscribe, go to the next one, subscribe, or you put something in there, hey, I like your channel, just subbed, and then they reply back to you, and then they sub yours. If you do a bunch of that stuff, the algorithms will pick that up, and you'll get a bunch, but then all of a sudden you'll lose 30, 40 people. I've tried to play with the bots a bit to see what I can do to bypass them and get things to really work, and I figured out a few tricks, but they're fairly good at finding that kind of stuff.
Princess Jamie, appreciate you coming in here. You definitely are also a wealth of knowledge. I'll enjoy talking with you. Thanks for hopping in. I can't even find full synthetic oil within 50 miles. I have to get it offline. Yeah, I buy it online. I order it online and then have it shipped here. Oh, this is Motorcraft. This is what Ford wants me to use. And I've debated using AMSOIL. I know a lot of people use AMSOIL, but I just hate – I feel like AMSOIL is kind of a cult. I know it's good stuff. Nope. It's when it's dripping out the weep hole. That's the time for you to weep. Ask me how I know. Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong. Mike Mustang Mike 256. He has a Ford Edge too, and he did that repair himself. That is a substantial repair, and I would love to think I could do it. I'm sure I could. I just don't want to F it up when I put it back together.
Just takes time.
I would need somebody, and that's the thing. I don't just have time to do something like that.
Right.
And what's up?
Street Fox, you said, Mike, that's what I did, LOL. So I'm going to tell you the way around it to where you can bypass the bots. So when you go to someone's channel and you like their content and you subscribe, leave a message that says, I really liked your video. I want to see your newest content. I press the big red button. And YouTube doesn't know the big red button is subscribe. It's looking for the word subscribe. So never use it. Use big red button again instead, and they'll figure out what you're talking about.
I appreciate it, Jimmy. Jimmy, I didn't even know you were in here. I never saw Jimmy. Oh, are you talking about Jim? Are you talking about Mike? Did Jimmy Void shout you out, Mike? I can't see anything going on.
Jimmy's always doing cool stuff for me and a lot of other people. He's a really good guy. If everyone isn't familiar with his channel, definitely check it out. He's a very cool guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. When he gets talking political, I got to be like,
yeah,
your opinions are valid. And your opinions are your opinions, and I've got no comment. Sure. I say, watch the video. I have no comment. Have a nice day.
Yeah, because I'll see you on a stream with a bunch of other people, and you're in the panel, and then someone starts talking politics or something else, and it's like, come on, guys, you can't do that.
I mean, they can do it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll just sit there and I'll tune out and I'll do my thing. But
yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I can go 8 minutes, right? Let's get I might go 3 hours. Why not? I'll go 8 more minutes. Let's see. My 2014 Explorer's water pump went out. Had a Ford dealership replace it. It's a pretty penny. How long ago was that downhill? And if you don't mind, what's a pretty penny? I think it's over $2,000.
Why is it so much?
It's inside the crankcase. You might as well go ahead and replace the timing gear or timing chain and all that stuff.
And which engine is this?
This is a 3.5 V6.
Really? So that's where it's located? So you have to take the timing cover off?
It is. I'll tell you what, aside from that stupid design, it's a great motor. I've had no problems with it. And we've used it. I've had that car for 10 years and it's been nothing but reliable. I blew one coil pack, failed. But as soon as I just threw another one on. It was like $17 from Advance Auto, and it was good to go. That car has been great for my family. I would absolutely buy another one in a heartbeat. 2,800. Oh, God damn.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. That might that's the thing. I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do it. But then I'm like, is my doubt really worth $2,800?
I mean, for $2,800, you get yourself a nice used Whipple.
It hurts. Timing chain turns the water pump. Ugh, yeah. See, what I would probably do is I've got friends who are Ford techs locally, and if they did, that's a problem though. It's side work, but it's a pain in the butt side work. I'd ask them how much it would be worth to them to fix it. But also, then I don't know if Ford gives you a warranty at all for that work. I'd hope they do. It would.
They took the cab off. Wow.
Well, it's such a tight fit. Again, what a lot of them do is they just pull the motor out because or I guess they might have to drop it. I think you have to drop it. So you got to take off the K member, drop the motor, and then because it's like right there against the passenger side wheel well. And it's pretty blocked in there. You can do it with it on the car. I think Mustang Mike did it with it on his car, but you have such limited access right there. It's a pain. Matter of fact, my freaking when I had to change out my alternator, and I had to like manufacture a tool to remove the belt. I had to take an old ratchet and grind it down with a grinding wheel to fit it in there so I could loosen the tensioner. I couldn't find anything I had that would work for a square drive to get in there, and I had to make something.
It would be interesting if they ever found out who the engineer was that designed it that way. Serious hate mail.
Dude, what the F's your problem? This is such a great motor. You couldn't find somewhere in the engine bay to put this thing, like anywhere or on the outside. We couldn't make a little more. I mean, it is tight in there, so I could see them not having any space. Like looking at it, you don't see any space for an external mount. It's just not there. Yeah, and I'm curious. Like, I'm interested to hear the problems that these 2.3s have. I know a lot of people don't like the EcoBoost because the turbos kind of fail on them, but I've heard that has a lot to do with the frequency of oil changes and the clearances getting plugged up.
There's another thing you can do as well. So whenever that you have a turbo, you want to have the engine warm up before you start to get into boost. And then the other thing too, which a lot of people don't know, is that after you've been running the car, you put it in park, let it idle for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then turn it off. Because you want to have the turbo, the RPMs go down before you hit before you turn it off. Otherwise, it's continuing to spin with no oil pressure. So always just let it idle like 3 to 5 seconds, and then let it then turn it off.
You know what? If I tried to explain that to my wife, you know how long it took me to get her to use the parking brake? You know how long? So if I sat there and I tried to say, hey, you know what? I know you got some screaming kids in that back seat, but I need you to really sit in that passenger seat for a few seconds and then turn the car off. I don't think that's going to go over well.
So if you're mad one day, just rev it up and then just turn it off.
When that's all you do all day, you get good at them.
That's true.
You knock them out in 3 hours? Hell yeah. Hey, Ford Tech, you want to fly across the country and come fix my Ford Edge?
I knew this one guy I worked with. His name was Mario Martinez. When I was living in Orlando, he could do 2 engine swaps in a day. And I mean, just air tools and everything was just phenomenally quick. But he'd have like 2 cars that have blown engines. He'd have boneyard engines, and he'd try to see if he could swap out 2 engines by himself in a day. And wow. He pulled it off a couple times. Just amazing how quick that he was at it.
I wish, man. That's the kind of level I want to get to. I just want to be, I'm excited to be able to say I've done an engine swap. And I know it's going to be a lot of work because I've never done it before. But, I'm sure my understanding of everything is going to go up tremendously during this process. That's what I want. I'm trying to learn as I go. I'm not claiming, like on my videos, I don't claim to know anything more than anyone else. Like I am learning for sure every step of the way. And that's kind of how the MGB was. Like I knew nothing about those cars. I had no knowledge because it fell in my lap. And, I would learn something about it and make a video that worked for me. And if people liked it, great. I'm glad it worked for you too. If not, I didn't care. Like I did a budget fuel pump for that thing where I put the $20 Amazon fuel pump on there, and it worked awesome for me. But did it run at the right pressure? No. So I bought a $20 Amazon fuel pressure regulator. Did that work? Yeah, it worked awesome. So, it worked for me. Car ran great. I went through the motor, changed out the lifters, changed out the lifters, changed out the the rods, all that stuff, and it ran great. I had no problems with that motor. Once I actually figured out what was up with my carbs, and they sent me the wrong damn float, that thing ran awesome when I sold it to the guy. And right now, apparently, he's having issues getting it started. But I told him it's the grounds. Like that engine is good to go. And so you said you're having issues getting started. It's here local to me. I'm waiting for him to come back so I can try and help him fire it up. But once those grounds get corroded, those British cars they get a little fussy. But yeah, I'm very eager to learn, and I'm excited to work on that thing.
So downhill, you had mentioned that the EcoBoost motors have issues with carbon buildup, and that's probably because of the direct injection. What have you found to keep that from happening? Are you just recommending catch cans so you don't have any oil going through the intake, or what's your recommendation?
I've heard the best way to deal with that, and maybe this is just somebody talking out their ass. I've heard the best way to deal with those direct injection motors is they want to be driven. Like you're supposed to drive the piss out of them, so that way they blow the carbon out. But if you grandma them, they build up real fast. That's what I've heard.
But if it's building up on the back side of the intake valve, how do you burn that off?
Yeah.
That's the question. So downhill, because I've heard like some weird different recommendations, but I'm just curious if he knows of a way to do it. Because I've got an EcoBoost 4, and I was babying it for quite some time, and now I'm at the point that I'm not saving my cars for the next guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just literally beating the piss out of it light to light. But I'm just curious.
I don't know. That's when a Ford tech should come in and comment.
Yes.
All right, we made it to 3 hours. I'll give them a second to answer. Drive them hard, helps use good gas.
Okay.
Ha! So I wasn't. Hopefully he's being serious, because that's kind of what I heard. I heard they like to help them blow out some of that carbon. I've heard to just drive the piss out of it. And so what I like doing on my wife's Explorer, I tell you what, I am so impressed on that little 2.3 in that Explorer at how fast that thing gets moving. I am pretty positive that my wife's Explorer will outrun my Edge like easily. It is
probably.
Yeah, it is. That thing is peppy. I think it's got like 295 horsepower, something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's a good little motor. You can build them up a little bit. You can get a tune on it, get even more out of it. But 400 horsepower, it pops.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 400. Oh yeah, 400 is the hard line. You don't go over 400, or she's not going to last very long. I drive my vehicles pretty conservatively, save on gas, but I romp them from time to time to clean them out. Yeah. My MG, I tell you what, at the end of my time with the MG, I drove the piss out of that little car. I was banging those gears. I used to be scared to go above 4,000 RPM, but man, I revved the hell out of that thing. And I was like, and honestly, after I did that, I was like, man, I should have been driving like this the whole time. It was so much more like when you drove that little sports car, like a sports car, even though it was slow, it was so much more fun to drive. Like I had loved driving that thing. The only thing that freaked me out was that like at any point someone hit me, I'm going to die.
That's true. Yeah. What RPM were you hitting at? Were you shifting at like 5,500 or were you going past that?
I would say it was probably it was in the 5K range. I can't remember exactly. I haven't. I'd have to go back and look at some videos and see where the dash went to. I can't even remember.
Hmm.
But it was a fun little car, and I liked working on it, liked driving it, but since I got the Foxbody, my kids are so obsessed with it. Do I miss it because it was like I worked on it, sure, but I don't miss it enough to say, hey, I'm gonna go buy another one right now. The Foxbody is definitely more in alignment with my kind of tastes. But I do.
So,
I would if I can get some more MGs on the channel though. I'd absolutely do that because there's some people definitely have got some really nice ones, especially one like the guy MGB Chuck who pops in here. He's got a freaking tube chassis. He used to have a 383 in that thing, and it's pushing 500 horsepower. He only weighed like 2,400 pounds.
So, like your Foxbody, I know that you're doing a lot of work to it. So, how loud is loud enough, or you just want it to be just loud?
Well, I don't know because I don't know how loud it's going to be. Right now, it's very quiet. It's way. I mean, it sounds good. It does sound good. You can hear it when you step on it a little bit, but like from the cab, if you guys see my videos, it's pretty quiet in there when I'm talking. Even with the top down, you don't really hear the exhaust all that much. I want to be able to hear it from my driver's seat. That's what I want when I'm driving. Like I want to. I feel like I don't hear it enough, and I want it. If you heard the video the short that I did, there's a short I did, and actually it was in one of the videos of a 91 GT, my buddy's car. That's what I want. He has an E-cam in his, and it sounds incredible. He's got shorties to an off-road H to Flowmaster 40s. So I'm going to leave the 40s on at first, and we're going to run with the 40s and see how it is. And I might like it. I might just keep it that way. And I'll put the Super 10s I got on a shelf and just hold them for a rainy day. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do at first. But I've got there's no reason for me to. I got those 10s for $40 for two, and they're in such good shape. I got no reason to get rid of them.
If you do 40s with an off-road H-pipe, that's really going to sound quite nice, especially if you put a cam in.
Well, it's off-road. It's an off-road X-pipe. That's what I got.
If you had an H instead, so an X-pipe's going to give you about 2 to 3 more horsepower, especially above 5,000, 5,500 RPM. Yeah. But below that, there's really no difference between the two. But the H pipe always sounds so much better, whereas the X is raspy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got the X pipe and I got the headers each for $75. So
that's cheap.
Yeah, the X pipe came with if I'd gotten, he had some shorty headers I could have got the H pipe with, and I could have bolted those up myself right now, because that's pretty easy bolt in. The long tube headers are the pain in the butt, but I do want to build some power out of this thing at some point. So I figured go ahead and get the exhaust set up in there that I want, and then when I put the new motor in, I just the headers are in place. I just leave the exhaust in place, unbolt the motor, bolt the new motor in, and bolt the new headers in. That's the way I envision it. Whether or not it works out that way remains to be seen. So,
cool.
Yeah, but I'm definitely excited with the direction that the channel's going. So it's so weird because I never pictured myself doing stuff like this. Not car stuff, but like YouTube. I thought YouTube. I used to think it was kind of weird, but I guess COVID being COVID, I got getting so bored that I'm definitely glad I did start doing stuff like this because it's a great way. Because I was already into documenting stuff with my kids and I was putting it on hard drives to watch later when down the road, and I was labeling it all. So I like this better than just filming normal home movies because I get to see my hobby anyways, and then I get to film basically well edited home movies that aren't just straight film. It's like a little movie almost. But I definitely I'm happy with how the channel's going, even though it's still really small. I'm just I'm happy being where I am right now. I think I couldn't be happier, but I do want to get to 2,000 for sure because I do want my wife to get out here and feel some pain. But you'll probably see me. There's probably gonna be some pucker factor on my end when she gets going on that thing. Because if she really wants to mess with me, she can. Because once she gets that thing going, if she just taps that gas, you're probably gonna see like the oh shit look on my face, like holes in the dashboard and everything grabbing on. But we got a good stuff going on. Mike, I hope you get to 1,000 here soon. I'll try to share you out here in a few minutes.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, one of these days, because I reached out to you on Facebook. One of these days, you and I, off of the YouTube stuff, we need to talk nuclear. I know that you're involved with that with work. My brother used to work at a nuke plant in my.
I haven't done it in years, man. I went to power
No?
school, and then I switched to conventional SWO. So I haven't looked at anything having to do with that since 2013.
Okay. My grandfather was involved with getting nuclear propulsion on the ships,
Okay.
and I've got a ton of articles on that. So one of these days when we're talking, I'll have to show you some of that stuff. But it's
for
pretty
sure.
amazing.
I've got some good stories too. There's so when you go to enter that program, so the father of the nuclear navy is Admiral Rickover, which you might know, right?
Yep.
When you're an officer, you have to interview to join that program. And all right, I'm going to tell a story anyway because I'll hold the live a little bit longer. That's fine. Hold on, let me read this. Remind me of hanging out and chatting at car shows, freaking COVID. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly it. That you just nailed it, Sean. Yeah. Okay, so when you want to join the nuclear navy, you have to interview, and you have to pass an interview with various. You don't know the ranks of these guys. You have two interviews, and then you'll go interview with the admiral, and you have to do these questions, and they're like insane questions. Like they'll give you this, and they'll say something like, "Drive for me the area of the cup," okay, and or it'll say, "Drive for me the area of the cup," and what you know is it'll say on there like this holds however many milliliters or something like that, so you can solve that, but they want you to solve the volume of the cup. Sorry, the volume of the cup. So you know how much volume the cup holds, but that's not what they're asking. They're asking the volume of the cup. So the volume of the cup, or the volume of what it holds, is on the inside. So you have to take into account like the extra half a centimeter. So they want you to make some assumptions and use your brain there to calculate all this other stuff. And then like I got asked some crazy stuff, like just insane things. Like I don't even want to go into it, but you ask some crazy questions. They're trying to stress you out and put you in high stress situations and make you think on the spot and come up with a solution pretty quick. But when you go interview the admiral, they put you in this holding pen basically, and you wait outside the admiral's office, 5 people at a time. Everybody else is in the holding pen. And if you ever heard stories of Admiral Rickover, when he used to interview people to join the nuclear navy, he had a chair that he would bring these guys in on. Have you heard the story? No. Okay, so Admiral Rickover, he really wanted to mess with people and see how they'd handle it. And there's a lot of horror stories. A lot of people confirm them, but he had a chair, and it's there. Like I've seen it. He chopped off 2 inches from the front legs. So that seat is like this. And the whole purpose for it is for when your butt is sitting in that chair, he wants to see what the hell you do. How do you handle that? Like what are you going to do when your butt is sliding out of that chair and you're sitting in front of a 4-star admiral? Like what are you going to do? And then like supposedly this dude used to lock people in his broom closet. Like he would lock these ensigns interviewing in his broom closet. And one of the stories I heard is somebody comes in there and he's like, you know what, you have for whatever reason, you've got 10 seconds to piss me off. And the guy would like grab the Nautilus was the first nuclear sub. I heard a story where an ensign grabbed the glass Nautilus on his desk, smashed it, and Admiral just calmly got up, walked to his broom closet, opens the broom closet. There's 2 ensigns in the broom closet. He grabs another glass Nautilus, puts it on his desk, and was like, "You failed." And like that's it. And like that's a crazy story I heard. Another one I heard is you used to have a lunch break in between, and people would go eat lunch, and they'd watch you when you ate lunch. And why they'd watch you is if you salted what I heard. Okay, this is all stories, right? So I can't confirm or deny any of this stuff. But what I heard is if you salted or peppered your food before you tasted it, why'd you do that? You didn't follow any sort of procedure. Like you preemptively assumed that was not to spec, right? To specifications. You preemptively assumed. You didn't test it. You didn't taste it. you guessed. And so we can't have your kind of people here. Like that, they would weed you out from that, supposedly. I don't know that for sure. But yeah, that was a horrifying experience, by the way. Like when the four people who went before me, they got kicked out of the program. And the girl who went in there before me, she came out bawling her eyes out, crying. I'm like, holy crap. Like, what did this guy say to her? And it was crazy because he basically told me, when I go in there, I had the neurovirus when I went for my interview. I was very sick, and the night before. And so my first interview didn't go so hot, and then my second one went great. And if you don't do great on one of the two, they'll give you a third one to kind of rebound. My third one went fine. But I get up from the Admiral, and they're asking a bunch of questions, and he's basically talking like, what happened to your first interview? I was like, well, sir, he's struggling with the concepts. We talked it out. I was able to come to the right solution. And he said, we said a few more things. He's like, why do you want to be in the program? You answered that. And then he said, and I don't know what came over me, but he goes, and he's a 4-star admiral, and I'm a midshipman in the United States Navy. So I'm not even an officer at this point. He goes, well, the consensus was you're a below average candidate. Thanks. And I'm like, well, sir, I'm going to prove you wrong. And I walked out, and I was like, well, I mean, I basically, like, you walk out, like, that's it. That was it anyway. But I don't know what came over me, like, why I said that. And his aide is an 06, is a captain. Like, that dude's a full bird captain right there. And he goes, hey, how'd it go? I'm like, oh, there's no way. I just told a freaking 4-star admiral he's wrong, and then I'm going to prove him wrong. And I'm sitting there just waiting for him to kick me out of there. And he's like, hey, congratulations, welcome to the program. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, I told him he's wrong. There's no way. And that was a great moment. Like, I felt it was a great moment. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm not in that program anymore. It's very stressful. It was very humbling too, because the first test I ever took, I went through college and I never struggled at all. Like I breezed through school. I realized it taught me that if I had actually focused, I could have been a 4.0 student. Like I could have easily crushed all my college courses without ever failing, like, or not failing, but ever getting a B or a C or anything like that, right? I could have 100% gotten A's on everything. And because when I got to that school, I had to learn how to study. I failed the first test I ever took, and it was very humbling. Like, that had never happened to me before, and I realized that I literally did not know how to study. So I had to, like, develop my methods in the first few tests, which were luckily like physics and calculus, which I'd already taken before. So I mean, obviously I'd taken it before, but it was just kind of like a refresher, and it kind of got me in that mindset. And but yeah, like, that school was definitely very stressful, and I'm not upset to not be a part of that program anymore. It's definitely worked out for me in the long run. Like, everything happens for a reason, I think. And there's more to the story. I kind of got screwed out of the program, but it is what it is. I actually got sent, the first ship I got sent to, my brother was also an officer on the ship. We deployed together. So not a lot of people get to do that. Me and my brother deployed together. We got to go to Jerusalem together on the same deployment. I mean, it was a lot of stuff that I got to do that I never would have gotten to do if I had stayed some submarines. So I'm very happy with everything. I'm happy where I am now. So, like, I wouldn't be where I am now. I mean, I got selected for lieutenant commander. I can't complain about that. Like, I wasn't expecting that, but my fit reps have been so good. I was told that if I took this job, I was straight up told by my detailer, if I took this job, I'm not promoting. And I said, good to go. I don't care. Because I want my wife, they were trying to send me to four sea tours in a row. And I said, no, my wife, I need to be home for a few years. And so I took this job knowing that I wouldn't promote. And sure as shit, my first look, I got promoted. So, I did my job. It showed in my fit reps, and the board took care of me. That's all that mattered.
So how did you like being on a submarine? What was it like? What was your experience?
I mean, I've only on there for brief cruises. But, like, if you're claustrophobic, I guess if you're on a ballistic missile sub, you got more space. There's a little more space, but still not a lot. But if you're on a fast attack, if you're claustrophobic, you're going to find out real quick. I had a friend who he went through the whole program, and he didn't really realize he wouldn't be able to handle it until he was out there.
Oh, wow.
And he's not a nuke anymore because he couldn't handle staying underwater that long. They don't have to come up. They can make their own water. They can make their own air. They don't have to ever come up. The only thing that limits them is food. We've got very impressive equipment. We've got awesome submarines.
I remember back in the day reading about the Los Angeles class subs, and I'm sure they've gotten a lot.
We are phasing those out. We're phasing those out. The Virginias are the latest and greatest, and the Seawolf class are still the hunter killers, and those are still badass from the 90s. Yeah, those Seawolves are pretty amazing submarines. But yeah, all right. I went off on a tangent. I'll talk more military stuff some other time. People ask more questions. I love talking stories. I just got to make sure I temper it for the climate because I got to make sure I don't say too much, which I didn't. That was very generic that I gave you guys, but yeah, that's we can talk offline about that. I don't mind talking about it. I mean, I've forgotten a lot of the technical knowledge that I used to have, just because you lose it through not practicing it. But I mean, a steam system works the same.
Yeah.
Anywhere. So.
Right.
All right, Mike. I enjoyed talking, everybody. Appreciate you guys just listening to my little spiel there. I'm going to get off and go to bed because I'm exhausted. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Later, Mike. Yeah, everybody, subscribe to Mike if you haven't already. Get him to 1,000. He's almost there. All right. Later.
Later.